it up. Won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wah, 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
What's up, Ballhead Boo? Back in the building on a Friday. What's up? Y'all come on in here. Come on in. Come on in. Happy Educational Friday. Let's start that first. Happy Educational Friday. Shout out to everybody in the building. We got a show. Come on in. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all, I was going to come back live yesterday, but when I came back from the hairdresser, I ain't going to lie. I ain't going to hold you. When I came back from the hairdresser, they ain't had nothing going on. So I was like, what we going live for? So anyway, I'm here today. Shout out to everybody in the building. And thank you, Royal Lady, for the gems. I just realized it. Instead of me reading y'all gems separate at a time, if I see them when I catch them, I'll just pull them up on the screen. But anyway, shout out to everybody in the building. I got my hair done, y'all. It was so much cuter yesterday. But I had took a bath this morning. And you know my hair is natural. I ain't got no perm. I don't have no perm. So whenever water, mist, or hard times hit my head, I turn into Celia. You see what I'm saying? So I had to curl around the edges this morning a little bit more, and it don't look exactly the way it looked yesterday. I will say this, having natural hair in the pixie cut is not for the weak, because literally your styles last a couple days, because the way it works, you know what I'm saying? Whoop, whoop, whoop. But I will say I'm going to trust the process. I'm going to trust the process because in my mind, it's all going to be worth it. It's all going to be worth it. Whenever I grow my hair out all the way, that natural hair is going to be worth it. So I'm going to trust the process. Everywhere I go, people be hollering, oh, you don't want to get, you don't want to go ahead on and get a perm. No. I want to see what my own hair does on its own. 100%. Outside of every now and again getting dyes, I want to see what my hair does on its own. I'm curious to know. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it natural. But anyway, I am here. Wear cute headbands. That's what I was thinking. Wearing cute headbands. That's exactly what I was thinking. Thank you so much, because see around these edges here, that's when it starts twirling up. Remember I told you my head felt like commercial carpet? It be around here. It be around here. That natural hair is not for the weak. I'm telling you, man. Look, natural hair, no straightening comb. Man, I be around here looking like that girl on 12 Years a Slave. Do you hear me? Remember when she got that bar soap? When she snuck out to get the soap from the white neighbor, the black lady who was sleeping with the white man, and she came back and they whooped her for that soap. I felt like her, bitch. I felt, I just wanted to get some soap. Listen, you gotta see me. You don't be in. Y'all don't be around here. Y'all don't see what I look like. I'm telling you, I look so bad. Oh, I look so bad. At any rate, we got a show today. Come on in. We got a few things to discuss, but before we get into that, first of all, welcome to the Morning Joce. If you're new to the channel, I sure appreciate you for clicking on the video, because you didn't have to, but you did. So welcome. Make sure you hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel. We do this Monday through Friday. This is the Morning Joce. Today happens to be Educational Friday, where later on around 5 o'clock around the time, I will be live doing some educational stuff. All basically Educational Friday is a way for us to learn, unlearn, and relearn some things that we have been lied to. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. So make sure, y'all hit that like button, subscribe. I also have another channel called The Dollhouse Reacts. It's more of a relaxed setting. We do a lot of dragging for Krishan Rock and other celebrities like Barty and things of that nature. So if you are interested in that, make sure you pull up over there as well. Also, Black America, getting into the morning announcements, you know, we have to make sure we do our genealogy. It is so important. And shout out to all of the content creators on the internet that are making that known. Genealogy, genealogy, genealogy. That is your only key to freedom. If you want to get out of this hellhole, you will not be able to do it unless you know exactly who you are. And there's only one way for you to know who you are, and that is through your genealogy. Black America, let me just say this as well. We're the most documented people on the face of this earth. Did you guys know that? Black Americans are the single-handed most documented people on the face of this earth. And it's documented way, way, way far past slavery. And the reason why they keep throwing us 23andMe DNA tests and all of these Pan-African distractions is because if we just take 2 seconds to focus on exactly our who we are and our documentation, everything else will go to crap. So they don't want us to do that. That's why they keep us with all of these distractions, with all these other things. But this is why every day I come on here and tell y'all, Black America, that genealogy is the most important thing you could do. So if you haven't started it right now, you need to be getting it started. Genealogy, all it is a family tree. And it's about you and the people who came before you. You remember back in the day, everybody had a family tree? Okay, you need to do another one. But this time you need to go back. Go to your mama, her mama before her mama before her, your daddy, his daddy before him, his daddy before him, and so on and so forth, okay? So please do genealogy, Black America. Also, ground, meditate, and pray. Spiritual warfare, bro. This spiritual warfare is not to be played with. So make sure y'all grounding, meditating, and praying, okay? Now that I've gotten that out of the way, what are we talking about today? As y'all seen the thumbnail, y'all seen Turlet. The Africans are trying to steal Turlet. Yes, they are. The Africans are so desperate. Listen to me and listen to me good. Because we all know the Africans been all in America swearing to God everything come from there, right? Even though ain't nothing there that's over here. That's the ironic part. That's the irony about these Africans. Africans come to America and swear everything that we have over here, it comes from Africa. But when you go to Africa, you can't find none of the stuff we have in America in Africa. Y'all ain't never thought about that? How can a people who don't even have running water and toilets come to America and then tell us that we come from them? I need somebody out here to make it make sense. This is a genuine question. West Africa, the poorest, most desolate or destitute point of the whole continent, is the same main place that loves to come to America and swear to God all of this came from Africa, but yet we cannot find any of the things that we have here. We cannot find them in Africa. You know what that tells me? That tells me that those people who come to America and lie and tell Americans, Black Americans, that the things that we have come from them, that means that those people are liars. And not only are they liars, those people are thieves. And my grandma said this. This is what my grandma used to say when we was little. If you lie, you'll steal. And if you steal, you'll kill. My grandma used to say that. Oh, yay. See when my grandma know the answer and she come to you, she'll say, look, come here. I'm going to ask you something and you better tell me the truth. And look what she'll say. Now, before I get on what I'm about to ask you, know this. She'll say, God sit high and he look low. And one thing I know about the Father, he tell you this, if you lie, you'll steal. And if you steal, you'll kill. Now, tell me the truth. That's what my grandma used to say. My grandma used to say that all the time. And now that I'm thinking about these West Africans who are coming to America claiming everything we have, mind you, they don't have anything nowhere near equivalent in West Africa. They don't have running water. They don't have toilets. They don't have pools. They don't have tables. They don't have chairs. They don't have stoplights. They don't have security guards. They don't have cameras. None of the things that we have. But they want us to believe that the stuff we have comes from them. And I'm going to always go back to what my grandma say. If you lie, you will steal. And we know they've lied and we know they're stealing. That's why they're over here stealing toilet paper. And then the other part of that is if you steal, you will kill. Now, with that being said, I think it needs a big separation between Black America and West Africa. Huge. I think it's high time there's a huge separation between Black America and all of West Africa. And I see what the powers that be is doing on Twitter. They got this Black American versus African American beef going on. It's contrived. It's not real. Okay, please, the FBA, Black Americans, ADOs, whoever y'all are, please don't fall for that banana in the tailpipe. What they want to do is they want for us to implode because we're making headway. So they want us to start messing up from the inside. That way they don't have to do nothing from the outside. And I'm here to tell y'all, don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. At best, keep on with the delineation. And Black America need to be as far separated from West Africa as possible. And I'm telling you why. Because they have nothing there. And they coming over here to tell us we come from them. That's a lie. And if they lying, they'll steal. And we know they stealing. They over here stealing toilet paper. Now they online saying that Tyler Perry is a West African. And you know what? I'm here for them to steal toilet paper. My problem is you stealing the wrong toilet. Take him and come get one of these commodes from back here. How about that? Y'all out there doing number twos on the street, and instead of y'all coming to America to steal an actual commode, y'all coming over here to get toilet paper? Tyler Perry? Good. Take him and make him take his billions of dollars and bring y'all some commodes back to West Africa. Yep, they stealing our resources too. So we're going to get into that. I'm telling you, Black America have to separate from West Africa altogether. Altogether. No ethnogenesis. No, none of that. The only way for us to survive, listen to me and listen to me good. As a people, the only way for Black America to survive is for Black America to completely disregard and separate themselves from West Africa, because these people are getting bolder and bolder. So we're going to get into that. We also got to get into some old, I saw this video of Black American oil tycoons. Did you guys know? Because remember, prior to the civil rights movement, we had our own stuff. But did you guys know that there were Black Americans who literally ran the oil business, and there were whole oil tycoons, not even just oil. Do you know there was a Black man who literally ran Wall Street? We ran everything, but what they did was write us out of the history and then replaced us with clears. We're going to get into that. We also need to get into privileged clears. Shout out the Funky. Go ahead on, Funky. Shout out the Funky Dineva. Funky Dineva was trying to make a point, and he ended up making mine. So I'm going to use Funky's words to show y'all what I've been saying. What Funky's bringing up is how privileged white people are getting all of the resources, and the poor Blacks inside the LGBTQ community don't get nothing. And I've been saying that for how long? And this is the gag with Funky. How rich coming from you? When you got the poor people, especially the poor Blacks, Funky Dineva has the poor Blacks in the LGBTQIA community doing all of the legwork for the rich clears. Yet he comes to the internet to tell the poors in the LGBTQ community that the rich clears are getting all of the resources. I am of confusion. This is why I tell y'all, stop following people. We're going to get into it, but shout out to Funky for making my point. Then we also need to get into Adrien Broner's new lawsuit. You know that was coming. Sexual assault. Some clear girl. Also, Malcom Jamaal Warner's wife speaks after she came out saying she need coins. And then we also have the social media influencer as a major in college. Did y'all recall? I said this a couple of days ago and a few weeks ago. I always say this. Didn't I tell y'all that Streamer University is going to be bigger than Harvard? Harvard? Did I say Harvard? Harvard. I told you, in case you weren't here, I'm going to give you the prediction again. Streamer University is going to be the biggest institution ever had. Okay? I need you to understand that. It's going to be bigger than Harvard, Princeton, Yale, all of that. Now, the other colleges, as we speak, ASU, which normally takes any doggone course, they are now opening it up for majors like social media influencer. And this is the gag. And maybe we need to see it from this angle so you can know how pointless 99% of these degrees are. I don't have a degree, and I'm pretty sure 99.9% of the social media people right now doing extremely well on social media don't have a degree. But watch the demand in college of people who start to believe that they need a degree in order to be a social media content creator, not because they actually need it, simply because the internet and the media said so. Now, when we get into ASU, bringing up the fact that now it has this social media content creator as a major, I need everybody who got degrees or anybody who even went to school to try to get a degree. Put your thinking caps on and think back, because I'm going to think back too, because I'm one of them people. I went sat inside these people colleges for years thinking I needed these degrees. Whole time, 99% of them we don't need at all. But this Streamer University in ASU, I think it's Arizona State University, those schools are going to show you how stupid it is to go to college for most of the we going for, and also how frivolous it is and how we go into debt for nothing. So we're going to get into that. Y'all come on in, get the likes up on the video. Most people who got degrees don't even work in the degrees they have them in. Well, technically I do, because I have 2 degrees, and one of them is in psychology. And I must say, I use my psychology degree every single day. I just don't work like as a psychologist. But I must say, I use my psychology degree every single day. I use my sociology. I don't have a degree in that, but I use that every day. I have to. That's the only way to navigate this thing we call the world, okay? At any rate, let me read a couple of super chats before we jump off the porch. Shout out to everybody sending gifts. Shout out to everybody in the building, okay? Belinda, thank you so much for being a member for 28 months. She says, love your hair, boo, and always love your content. Thank you so much. You know, every time I first get my hair done, because, you know, my hair is shaped like a lemon, you know, I always feel a little insecure. I do. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I be feeling like the lady on Waiting to Exhale, the fat lady, even though she's a pretty girl. You know, I just always feel like her, you know, just insecure, waiting for a man to move in next door so I can go offer him a few slices of pecan bread and things of that nature. You know, I just want to twist, cross the street, see who move in, you know what I'm saying, and go offer him a plate and tell him I got a son that's going to sing up with the people. Every time I get my hair done like this, I be thinking like that. And then when I go outside and the men's be looking, I be back fine again. In my head. Every time I get up from the chair, I feel like Loretta Devine. But when I get out the chair and walk out the door, bad bitch, what's up? What's up? Bad bitch, what's up? I ain't gonna lie. And sitting here with just the shoulders up, it's giving, up with the people. Mm-hmm. But don't worry about it. Thank you so much for appreciating my hair. Thank you so much. Sonia Brownskin, thank you so much for being a member for 27 months. Says, hey, little sister, love the hair. Betty Boop. You know, I try to keep the Betty Boop. My hair shaped funny. Thank you. I appreciate you, beautiful. My hair shaped real bad, y'all. Y'all don't understand. Nicole Smith, you know what it reminded me of? Remember when Gina first cut her hair? On Martin. Let me be the first to say this. I'm coming back, Nicole. Gina looked this so bad. OMG. When Gina cut her hair on Martin, I have to say this part. She looked it so bad. She did not look cute. Her hair already was shaped funny. Then she turned around and cut the hair. I ain't like it. And Pam really looked cuter than her. After that, I always thought Pam was cuter. But after Gina cut her hair off, I said, yeah, there you go. I ain't like it. I ain't like the hair on Gina. And I be feeling like I look like Gina. Because my hair shaped funny a little bit. Nicole Smith, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, boo is 90s fine. Yes, honey, baby. You better tell them. 90s fine, baby. I look like I just stepped off the cover of Jet Beautiful, baby. Oh, yes. Look at me putting 20 on 10. Look at me putting 20 on 10, as I should. as I should. Thank you so much, Nicole Smith. Robin Thick, thank you so much for being a member for 22 months. Says, hey, Boo and Acorn, love y'all down. Can I get a birthday shout out? Yesterday was my birthday. Happy birthday, Robin. Happy birthday to you. And I hope you enjoy many more. Happy birthday, beautiful. Enjoy the rest of your day, weekend, month. Tomorrow I'm going to a birthday party. Shout out to Asia. Thank you so much for the gems. And shout out to everybody sending me gems. Hold on. I gotta use the bathroom. I gotta turn this AC on. Let me give y'all a commercial break while I go run and turn this AC on. Because what I'm not gonna do is sweat this little hair out. I just recurled it this morning. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. I will be right back.
There you go. Where you running at? No music. Where you running? Melodies. From hell. Oh. What you say?
Sorry, y'all needed a praise break. Yay. All y'all about to go sinning. Y'all needed a praise break. Look at God. Come on in here, though. I'm going to a birthday party tomorrow, y'all. I'm going to a birthday party tomorrow evening. Wish me luck. You know what I was thinking about, though, the other day? The song came on when I was in the hair. No, it came on in my car. And it also came on when I got to the hairdresser. Y'all remember that song? Tender Kisses. Blown away, tender kisses. Put a 3 in the chat. Gone tomorrow, gone today. What the girl name is? What's the girl name that sang the tender kisses? Y'all know the song. What's the girl name, girl? Who sang the song Tender Kisses? That's her name, Tracy Spencer. There she go. Now, the song popped up in my head, right? Shout out to Tracy Spencer. Love the song. Do you hear me? I wanted to sing this song in a talent show. Do you hear me? I wanted to be in a talent show. I was going to sing this song. But I ended up getting in the group and we sung total. We lost. But either way, that's not the point. Listen, every time I love that song, let me just say this. This is just a quick little side note. I used to love that song so much until I watched this show called Family Matters. And hear me out. This song was so dope to me. And it's so crazy because as the song come on, I got so excited. Then immediately I got sad. Not sad, mad. Because the first thing popped in my head was when Eddie Winslow, listen to me and listen to me good. When my girl Tracy Spencer came on the show, put a 3 in the chat if you was there. I was there. And Eddie Winslow snuck in the bike. And snuck in that goddamn back room. Listen to me, I was there. I was there. That nigga snuck in the bike in that back room. And he started singing the song and I cringed. First of all, I hated Family Matters every time they made Eddie Winslow sing. Every time Eddie Winslow sung, I hated the producers. I hated everybody on the show. I wanted to throw the whole show away. But nothing grinded my gears more than to see Eddie Winslow hollering, whatever happened to the dreams we used to share? Bitch, I said, as soon as that part came on, I got so mad. Because all I could see is Eddie Winslow with the Eddie Perk sitting there. I hate Eddie Winslow for that shit on my soul. Every time they let Eddie Winslow sing on that show, I want to fight somebody. I hate the people on the show. I hate that Eddie Winslow tried to sing every time. Every time he tried to sing, he looked at a mess. I hated every part of it. And then you know what else came back to me? I said, that's why Curl, his daddy Curl, that's why Curl let them police whoop his ass. I was there. Eddie came home, busted nose, busted all upside the head, blood everywhere, shirt all tore up. And he told his daddy, he said, Dad, your friends on the police department whooped my ass. And what Curl said? Well, what did you do, Edward? What the? Curl a whole hoe out here. Let me say that. Curl Winslow is a whole hoe out here. That nigga said, well, Edward, what did you do? And look at Eddie. But Dad. Every time that nigga hit that, but Dad, man, I would have stole my daddy on everything I love. If I'd have came home to my daddy and told him, your little partners pulled me over on the corner, beat the piss out of me, bad me up, throw me out, you see what I'm saying? And you would have turned around and said, well, Edward, what did you do? I would have stolen on my daddy on everything I love. And I never am a child or a person who condone children fighting their parents. But see when Curl looked at Eddie and said, well, Edward, what did you do? First of all, fam, throw the whole show away. That nothing about that show was realistic. In Chicago, in the 90s, girl, wait. Curl was a whole hoe out here. I said what I said. Curl was a whole hoe. And look at Edward. But Dad, every time he did that, I hate Eddie Winslow. That's the perk. I was listening to the song, and all of that came up, and it really made me mad, and I decided to share it with y'all. But shout out to Tracy Spencer. That was my song. Tender kisses. Blown away. Go ahead on, girl. That's my song. They need to put that song on the beat. Anyways, let's jump out the window. Yeah, but Curl was a hoe. Curl let them people beat his son up. And yeah, he went check them later, but that don't count. They hadn't already whooped your boy ass. Girl, they tore Eddie out the frame. They beat the dog piss out of Eddie. Do you hear me? I was there. Girl, I was mad. I wanted to go fight the police. And look at Curl. Well, Edward. Girl, Curl Winslow. Said what I said. Fuck Curl Winslow. Because at this point, me and my daddy would have had to fight. I'd have beat my daddy up. And let the chips fall where they meet. Fuck it. Your boy, your partners beat me up and you want to ask me what I did? Bet. Bet. Don't worry about it, bro. I'm just going on. But I was saying all that to say that's why the police whooped his ass, because he kept singing on the show. Shout out to the police in the 90s. Okay? Now let's get into the show. I just had to add that part. Man, that really made me mad, bro. All right. I put up a post on Instagram about the AI telling people to jump off the bridge. Now all of a sudden, here come Instagram telling me, oh, this is a bit much. We gonna hide it from children under 18. What you mean? Y'all ain't hiding when I found it on Instagram. Now all of a sudden we want to hide it. Hell no. Put it back up. Let them children see how AI bucking people up to jump off the bridge. And I ain't even say suicide. I said jump off the bridge. AI must be getting good. I didn't even use the S word. I said jump off the bridge. But apparently they know context clues now. At any rate, let's get into it. Speaking of so bad, look at Brandy. Let me get Brandy up here. So Brandy was doing an interview and a clear man said she looked pretty good. And Brandy lost it. I told y'all Brandy is a real life bitch. I keep telling y'all. Y'all don't want to hear it because the bitch used to be the Little Mermaid or somebody. What that hoe was, one of them princesses. And y'all don't want to see that this Moesha ass bitch can't be a ain't shit bitch. But I'm here to tell you, every time Brandy come outside, her slip get the showing. Brandy is not a nice person. Do you hear me? I can tell from here. Let's get into Brandy checking the man. She lucky the man said you look pretty good. Because Brandy, I ain't gonna lie, lately you've been looking so bad. You lucky I wasn't on the other side of the doggone thing. Because I would have said it, girl, Brandy, I'm so glad to see you looking decent, girl. Because lately you've been looking so bad. I would have said that. But you know, Brandy is different. Let's get into it. Remember, she is Willie Ray's sister. They say she was Cinderella. My bad. What I called her, the Little Mermaid, it's all the same.
Like 6 feet away in this limited interaction. You look pretty good.
Oh, thank you.
You
I look more than pretty good.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty good. You need to read
Well, we're gonna have to
pretty good. Pretty good is crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Amazing.
No.
I didn't like that.
I apologize.
No, it's okay.
No, that is like, that is my, you know.
I know what you meant.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
I know
exactly.
what you meant.
No. Compliments are hard for me to give, so it's
receive.
exactly.
Well, you need to practice, child.
I know.
Let's try it again.
My
Say what you
wife
want to
says
really
the
fast.
exact same thing.
Let's
You look
try.
amazing.
Yeah.
There you go.
You look
Yes.
like,
And
you
you're-
look like
and
a
you seem
queen.
very kind, like a queen.
Yeah, there you go.
And you're very kind. You're working on some new
Demanding.
music as well, too,
Yeah.
right?
Also,
From like 6 feet away in this limited interaction.
I know nice nasty when I see it. I know nice nasty when I see it. Brandy is extremely nasty. So now the man got to say you look extraordinary. He said you look pretty good, bitch. I think he was lying when he said that. Because you have not looked pretty good since you were sitting up in your room, bitch. Let's really be clear. Come, girl, Brandy, bitch, girl, girl, bitch. Last time you looked good, it was a full moon, bitch. Brandy, please. See, you know who to do that shit with. You over there playing with them clears, telling the clear with that nice, nasty shit. You want the man to lie and say you looked amazing when you don't, bitch. I was there. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold her. The bitch ain't look decent. I ain't gonna lie, man. Watch out. Watch out. I ain't gonna let y'all do it. I ain't gonna let Brandy do it either. Now, you're lucky the man said you look pretty good. He was lying when he said you look pretty good. You look a mess, Brandy. Brandula. You look a mess. You do. And it ain't just because you're skinny. It's the whole of you. It ain't just because you're skinny. Don't nobody get on here hollering, oh, boo, you're being anti-skinny. Shut your duck ass up. I don't give a damn how thin the bitch is. She look a mess from the crown of her head to the soles of her feet. I said it. There you go. I don't know what else y'all need to hear. I'm tired. The bitch could sing, yeah, give her the vocal Bible title. I'm here for that too. But we not about to get on here and act like this girl. Come on now. Brandy is nice, nasty. Brandy is a bitch. And listen, before it's all said and done, y'all gonna get to see the real Brandy. Watch. Y'all gonna get to see the real Brandaloo. Y'all gonna get to see her. Brandy that's a bitch. So the man can't even say you look pretty good. That girl wanted and then said, now redo it over again. Try. This how you know the people be picking the right people to interview. They you know, the interviewees, they be picking their interviewers as they should. Because on my soul and on my mama, if I would have sat across from that bitch and that bitch would have looked over to me and told me something about some goddamn, oh yeah, pretty good, I would have said, bitch, you lucky I said pretty good. I only said that because the producer wrote that on the card, bitch. I really wanted to say you looked at a mess. Bitch, quiet as it's kept. What? Pretty good. Bitch, you lucky I'm on the clock and the people who cut my check said I had to get on here and say you look pretty good because, bitch, you look a mess. For real. That's what I would have told Brandy. But, you know, Brandy would never let me interview her because she know I tell her. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of telling her scissoring and looking a mess, did y'all see this? Hold on. OM. Now, y'all know Raven done went full dagger now. She been full dagger for at least 10 years now. How long Raven been a dagger? Drop down in the comments. Either way, Raven done slutted herself out all through Disney, decided to start scissoring, and she went and picked up this clear woman. Now, that's not the gag. The gag is the clear woman, I think, is her handler. But sometimes your girl Raven, she channels that nigga that's stuck off in her, and she get to acting crazy. So now they sitting up here taking pictures and things of that nature, and Raven forgot she was a girl. Raven start grabbing the bitch by the neck as if she was the handler. Look, Raven she scared me. Look how Raven got the girl by the neck. Look at the girl move her hand like, hold on, bitch. Don't be grabbing on my neck now. And look at Raven's face. Look at her face. Look. Raven must have picked up a new acting role. This one is how to be a nigga. Raven girl, I don't give a damn how much of your hair cut off, bitch. You still is a girl. You still a girl. You is a girl, Raven. Stop. I don't care how many double-breasted suits you pick up, bitch. You is a girl. You a girl. A female. You a girl. Your titties bigger than mine. Girl, let go. Unhand that clear woman from the side of her neck, please. You ain't got to hold that lady by the side of her neck like that. We know. We get it. We hear. We got eyes. We can see. Unhand that clear lady by the neck. Raven, you is still a girl. You a girl. Shit. Girl, these hoes get the channel and then start forgetting that in real life. You is a girl. Y'all, both of y'all girls. Now stop acting like a man, an abusive one at that. To the clear lady, blink twice if Raven around there whooping your ass. Could you imagine Raven whooping on this white woman ass and the white lady scared to say something because the world loves Raven? I ain't gonna lie, Ray, though. I ain't gonna lie, Ray. That if you was an abusive bitch, this the best place to be. Who gonna believe Raven whooping ass around there? Nobody. If I drop down in the comments right now and say Raven whooping that white girl ass, 95% of y'all will say y'all lying. This the best place to be. Ray, if you popping that white girl upside the head, have at it, fat. Reparations now, reparations yesterday, and reparations tomorrow. Do what you gotta do, Ray. Do what you gotta do. Reparations. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But you're still a girl, Raven. You are still a girl. Shit. Raven done forgot. She's still a girl. And I need somebody to knock on the door and tell her. But I ain't gonna lie. For real, if Raven is abusive, nobody would believe it. She's the best person to be abusive. Nobody would believe Raven whooped ass. I wish I was Raven. Bitch, I'll be whooping ass and taking names and swear to God, them people lying on me. Girl, who gonna believe? I wouldn't believe Raven whooping no ass. No, I ain't gonna lie, I would. Because Raven give me, she be popping off. I believe Raven to whoop somebody ass, but most of y'all wouldn't. So I wish I was Raven. I really wish I could whoop people ass and nobody ever believed it. Bitch, I'm out here with a whole anger management issues. Nobody believed it. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to Raven, though. Let that unhand that clear woman, Raven. Holding on that lady neck like that. Enough for her Jewish daddy to see some shit like that and put you under, bitch. You don't play with them Jews. Leave them people alone now. Enough for her daddy to come over here and sling a loaf of bread at the back of your goddamn head. Unhand that clear lady. Okay? And speaking of unhanding, I didn't know that the West Coast had a versus last night. Shout out to the West Side. I didn't know y'all had a versus. Shout out to the West Coast. This is no shade to the West Coast, but you know, the rest of us in the world, we don't quite understand y'all. Y'all our cousins. We know y'all blood. We don't let nobody play with y'all, but we don't get it. Does that make sense? Like, we like the protective big cousins who be like, I don't know what they got going on, but bitch, I'm not gonna let you play with them, though. You see what I'm saying? Like that. That's all of the California to the rest of the world. No shade. And shout out to California. I'm here for it. But the rest of us in the world, we really be on some big cousin shit. Like, we don't know what the fuck they got going on, but I'm not gonna let you play with them, though. Whatever they got, we could talk about it, but you, and that's for any foreigner, you're not gonna play with them. You know what I'm saying? But we don't really get it. Somehow the West Coast had a holiday yesterday that I wasn't privy to, and I'm pretty sure most of y'all wasn't privy to either. Now they say it was, what's this young man's name? The Game. And what's the other young man's name? YG. Now, as a person not from the West Side, I must say, I only know 2 songs from The Game, and I don't know nothing from the boy YG. And the 2 songs I know from The Game included 50 Cent. So with that being said, I know The Game is a West Coast legend. You know, he kind of give me what's that boy who's be saying, tell me where to go? That weird ass nigga, E40. I don't get him neither, but he a legend over there. And since he a legend over there, he a legend to us too. But do I understand why E40 is a legend? Absolutely not. Do I understand why Game is a legend? Absolutely not. But it don't matter. I don't think it's for me to understand. If y'all appoint these people as the leaders and the people, us, the rest of Black America, we just gonna give y'all the thumbs up because we don't really know. We don't quite understand. You know what I'm saying? But we let y'all have y'all thing. Either way, the verses popped off. The Game versus YG. I don't know if y'all knew any songs, but I hadn't watched it, so don't give me the line. The Game went a cappella. And again, I don't have the albums. I've never bought a Game album. Only song, I know 2 songs. The one with him and 50 Cent, when he be saying, coming up, I was confused. My mama kissing a girl. Confusion is something coming up in a cold world. Daddy ain't around, probably out committing felonies. And that ain't even your part. Damn, that's 50 part. Either way, I know that song. And I know that song when he be saying, it's another song where he be calling the pigeons. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know it. Hate it or love it. That's the song. But I don't know. I don't know. Either way, shout out to the West Coast. What I want to know to anybody from the West Coast is what song does The Game have that requires him to go a cappella? Genuine question, because I've heard him rap. I've heard a few songs. I don't like none of them. I'm going to be real. I don't like no songs. Not one Game song do I like. However, y'all like them. Drop down in the comments because I'm gonna play this a cappella. And The Game went a cappella to Spit. And it was horrible. It was so bad. Oh my God, it was horrible. Almost worse than Jay-Z. Not as bad though. But I'm gonna let y'all judge. Let's get into it. Y'all get the likes up. The Game spits a cappella on the West Coast holiday at the Versus.
Wanna know what happened? Come back to see girl like Mike Jackson. I ain't gotta finish it, homie. I said, if you take a look then, you see I'll be a gangster till that California chronic get me. Everybody let him know where I'm from, blood. Back.
Now, what song that was? The 5 people in the front knew the song. They must have been with The Game. Y'all heard the 3 people up front? I 5, 9 Live. They got the lyrics on the way to the thing. So don't pay them no mind. So anyway, outside of the first 10 people up front who knew the lyrics, what's the name of that song? Yeah. Shout out to Black America, but I didn't watch the verses, but I can put my neck on the chopping board and say it was trash. I have to say that part. I'm sorry. I didn't have to see it. No. I didn't see 2 seconds of it. I can just grab out. I can just say it was trash. Can we just? Now, don't get me wrong. I would never tell other people that it was trash. But amongst us, the Negroes, yeah, that shit was trash. No shade. But shout out to the West Coast and their holidays and their lowriders and things of that nature. We love y'all. We just don't understand. That's all. But shout out to the West Coast. Y'all is part of us and we is part of y'all. And you know, shout out to the West Coast too. Most of them have Louisiana origins. Not all, but a lot of people in California have Louisiana origins. So technically, we really for real, like first cousins for real. Specifically me. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, I just don't understand. You know? I don't know. I just don't get it. Let's move on. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Now, I recall at one point in time, Black Americans cared about their children. But I know now we're kind of moving far away from that, which is another thing. But on top of us moving away from that, another thing that I noticed was now Black American fathers who used to be super protective of their daughters, now it's becoming trendy to have the daughters dress their 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old babies as if they're grown women. Now, this is the gag with these men who do this, because these men are womenizers. What do I mean by that? The men who allow their 11, 12, 13, 14-year-old daughters to dress like they 30, 35, and 40, those typically are men who've gone through a multitude of women. I'm talking about these men typically have had their share of women over and over and over again. Okay? But somehow they get to their 13, 12, 13, 14-year-old daughters, and then they allow them to become the hoes that they chased. Now, this isn't normal, because even the hoest of the hoes, when it comes to Black men, even those men don't play when they come to their daughters. But now, since Jay-Z has paraded his daughter all out and about for everybody to see like she's on the chopping block, I'm starting to see a trend of so-called Black fathers dressing their children up in these provocative outfits, making them look much, much older than they really are, and then they're basically putting their children up on the auction block. And this is not indicative of Black men, especially Black American men, because even the hoest of us that hold Black American men did not play when it came to their daughters. But now we got Joel Santana, who you would think is a Black father who cares about his daughter, but no. He got his 13, 14-year-old daughter dressed like she's 25 or 30. Mind you, it's so ironic to me with these fathers, because I seen Bow Wow with his daughter. Y'all be dressing y'all daughters like the women y'all like to screw, and that's weird within itself. I know growing up, it's certain stuff I knew I couldn't wear around my mama. I knew. But hell, it's certain stuff I knew my daddy wouldn't even play with me about. You see what I'm saying? But nowadays, everybody is putting their daughters up on the auction block. Let me look at Bow Wow. Let me show you Bow Wow and his daughter. What's Bow Wow daughter name? Let me see. Bow Wow. I'm gonna just put daughter. Bow Wow and his daughter. He had his daughter up there. Now how old is she? Ain't she about 12, 13? Had her looking like she grown. Look. All of them do this.
That's crazy. You gonna punish me. You know that's my favorite thing every time you mess with me. And we stepping into the shade room, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
I just find it pure ironic that these men who sleep with women dress their daughters like the women they sleep with. Now, I'm not implying that these men are PDF files or anything of that nature. But I am starting to see a trend of fathers switching from protection to literally handing their daughters out. And I think that this is sick. I know that this is sick. These are 12, 13, 14-year-old children, babies. They're babies. Because see, Black women, let me talk to y'all. It's cute when they celebrity 13-year-olds. But at the end of the day, y'all the same ones that'll get up here and windmill and swing if any of these 13-year-old girls are abused by grown men. But you can't have it both ways, Black American women. You can't dress your 13-year-old daughter like she's 30 and then expect for nothing to happen. Because what you're doing is making your child bait. Now she becomes PDF file bait. Do you understand me? I need y'all to understand this. Whenever you take a 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, even 16 and 17-year-old daughter, a child, because these are children, and you dress them in the hair and the makeup and the nails and the clothes, and you dress them as if they're 25, 30, 35, and 40, what you are doing is putting a sign on your child's back for all of the PDF files and undercover ones alike to hey, my child is ripe for the picking. You can't dress your daughter like she's 30 and then want to protect her from PDF files. You can't. You can't. It is virtually and literally possible. Because what the PDF file thinks in his head is, even though she looks 25, I know she's 13. And do you know what kind of wheels that spin in one of those psychotic, weird-ass people's heads? Remember, people who are PDF files, these people have already have mental illnesses. Could you imagine what goes on in a PDF file's head when he sees a 12 or 13-year-old little girl who looks as if she's 18 or 25 or 30? Could you imagine the rationale he tells himself, or she, because it could be women too. Could you imagine the rationale that PDF file will tell themselves to excuse them for whatever horrible things they want to do to your child? It's even worse when the fathers are bringing their children out for display. I told y'all this when Jay-Z bought Blue Ivy out for display. Y'all wanted to make it seem like it wasn't so bad because she was covered. But I told y'all a sweetheart neckline on an 11 or 12-year-old girl with brand new cleavage is PDF file bait. I know what I said. And now here we are, since Jay-Z put his daughter up on the chopping block. Now here goes Shad Moss, Bow Wow doing his daughter. I seen Cardi stay doing Culture. Culture stay on advertisement. Culture lives on advertisement. Kanye got North and Kim got Northwest on advertisement. Now we can add, what's his name? Joel Santana and his daughter. So now, Joel Santana's daughter, let me see if they got a picture of her. Here she go. Mind you, she's 14. 14. She's a baby. She's a baby. She's a baby. Oh, yeah, I forgot about the game daughter, too. He another one. I keep telling y'all how this social media works. Y'all think I be lying. Y'all think I be lying. I keep telling y'all how this works. These so-called influencers. Let me go get the game daughter. Here another one. These are babies. These are babies. These are not young girls. These are babies. Look at the game little girl. 13. 13. That's the 13th birthday pic. That little girl don't look no 13. Remember, the object is to keep our children safe from PDF files. They got all of their grown adult years to dress like this. When you turn 18 and you get the hell up out of here, you can go outside with pasties on your ass for all I give a damn. But 18 and under, you got rules. Now, you got all of your years to go hoe it out if that's what you choose to do. But as a child, and now you're going to stay in a child's place. That's how we used to be, but not no more. 13. These are 13-year-old babies. Look. Now, I guess she's older on here. I don't know how old she is. How old is the game daughter? How old is the game daughter? She 15. What the fuck you mean she going to prom? She 15. She's 15. She 15. What do you mean she's going? She can't go to prom, not at 15. Listen to me, Black America, because you don't understand the play. They pay the celebrities to do it first. And then the celebrities come to the internet and they parade their daughters. Mind you, they've already sold their souls. So selling the souls of their children, who cares? So now they come to the internet, sell their children's souls to you and to the rest of the world, right? And then after they sell their children's souls, you turn around and repeat it and sell your children's souls. So now you got elementary school children dressed like they in high school, and you got high school kids dressed like they 45 and 50. Does that make sense? And I'm telling you now, this gives the PDF file, he rubbing hands like Birdman, or she. The PDF file over there like this in the corner. Rubbing hands like Birdman. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get her. And the mama let her dress like that. Oh, that's easy. I can get past the mama. I can get her. And the daddy? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The mama picked that out. I can get the mama and the daughter. The mama picked her outfit out and the mama washed her. I can get the mama and her daughter. Stop me when I start lying. Stop somebody in the chat. Stop me, because that's how it happens. They date the mama to screw the daughter. Duh, they do it with sons too. I've done the research on this shit. They date the mama to screw the kid. And if the mama is allowing the kid to do this, he rubbing hands like, or she is rubbing hands like, oh, I got them. I got both of them. Yay, I can get the mama and the daughter. Easy peasy. All I gotta do is screw the mama good, put her to bed. I'll be in the daughter room by 12. Bring the mama out, get her drunk, get her happy, whoop. Put her down, dick her down, put her to bed. By 1 o'clock, I'll be creeping in the daughter room. And it's going over and over and over and over. And then you wonder how you get the Preciouses of the world. Remember on that movie Precious? When Precious mama was down there, Monique character, and she was like, bitch, you think you better than me because he gave you a baby? Yep. You get it? Put a 3 in the chat if now it's all coming full circle. So the mama dressed the daughter like that. The man come in, get the mama and the daughter, and then when he leave after abusing the mama and the daughter, now the mama is beefing with the daughter. And so now the mama at the bottom of the stairs, oh, bitch, you think you did that in the third, bitch, because he gave you a kid. Even if the mama never say those words out of her mouth, she still might hate her daughter and think those words in her heart. Facts. Fendi facts. I ain't making this shit up. I see it every day. At any rate, now we got the daddies bringing their children out here. They 13, 14-year-old children. And here's Joel Santana. Now, this is his 13-year-old daughter. This little girl does not look 13 or 14. She looks 25. And when the internet came out and had something to say about this, because he posted it, he decided to clap back and was like, what y'all want her to be dressed like North? And then I saw people in the comments, well, at least Northwest is covered. Well, at least, how dare you bring up Northwest? At least she's covered. Yeah, she's covered, all right. North always in front of another grown-ass man. Uncovered. Unsupervised. She stayed in front of another grown-ass man. So covered or not, she ain't in no better situation either. I don't know why y'all be acting like any of these children are doing better than the other. Blue Ivy is the Joel Santana daughter, it's the Bow Wow daughter, it's to the Game daughter, and all the rest of these daughters. They are all the same. They all the same. I don't know why y'all trying to separate them. Let's get into the backlash Joel's receives. It says, Joel Santana is catching heat after sharing photos from his daughter's 14th birthday celebration. Many social media users felt her outfit was too mature for her age, sparking a heated debate in his comment section. I forgot, Kim Bella is her mama, right? Sound about right. Rather than backing down, Joel's fired back at critics and shifted the conversation by asking, what y'all want her to dress like Northwest? A comment many took as a jab at Kim Kardashian's parenting choices regarding North's style over the years. Well, Kim's parenting choices should be talked about. Who the hell is Kim Kardashian where we can question her parenting style? It says the comparison has only added fuel to the debate, with some arguing the two situations aren't comparable. While Northwest has faced criticism over her colorful hair and piercings, others pointed out that she isn't typically dressed in clothing they would consider overly mature. Let me pause, y'all. The only reason North isn't dressed in clothing like this is because North is bad built right now. I'm going to be real. I've been saying that. The only reason North ain't dressed like her mom yet, because she bad built right now. Right now, she going through her weird stage as a kid. But North is going to be a bad girl when she gets older. That's when North going to start dressing like Kim. But right now, She's bad built. She knock-kneed. She funny shaped. Ain't nobody about to put that shit on no North. If North was looking like this, you damn right North to be out there looking like that. But she bad built. She funny built. She in that in-between stage that girls go through. We haven't quite come into our maturity yet, but we almost there. And it make us weird looking. She in that bad built funny stage. Soon as she come out that bad built funny stage, watch how much of her clothes come off. Soon as she come out of that bad built funny stage, watch how much of North's clothes come off. The only reason she's covered is because she's funny looking. That's it. So y'all sitting up here trying to make North to be a better situation. She's not. If you ask me, North probably in more messed up situation than these little girls. Because North be everywhere without no supervision. Everywhere. North all over the world with her and just random adults. She might be in a better position than North at this point. Nigga said North shaped like her daddy. Y'all wrong. Who said that? Y'all dirty for that. Anyways, let me finish reading. Whoever said that, you're wrong, you're going to hell. It says, supporters of Joce, however, believe critics are unfairly policing his daughter's appearance and that parents should be allowed to make their own choices. Who said that? Gina 45 Queen now said, I did. Girl, you going to hell. That girl shaped like her daddy. One thing is clear, the internet has once again found itself divided over whether the line should be drawn when it comes to the parenting, self-expression, and what considered age appropriate for teenagers. What do you think, patrollers? Were fans being too harsh? Now let's get into it. It says the dress, the lashes, the hair. She doesn't look nowhere near 14. And this is exactly how children end up sexualized so young. And then somebody says, wouldn't have my 14-year-old looking like that. She needs to be a kid first. So Joelle said, y'all want her to dress like Northwest? No disrespect. I just want to know. And then somebody else says 14. This looks like a 20-plus-year-old. She does look 20-plus years old. Absolutely, she does. And the reason she looks 20-plus years old is because her mom and her pa want her to look 20-plus years old. Nothing about this is age appropriate. At 13 and 14 years old, these little girls are supposed to just be coming out of the jump rope, getting into their boy phase. You see what I'm saying? Still just coming out of their pigtails, starting to learn how to flat iron their hair. At this age. At this age, at 14, you coming out of middle school, going into high school. You supposed to be letting go to childish ways. You done finally got your little sports bra, your little training bra, your little boobs are coming in now. You done finally got on a good set schedule with your period. You see what I'm saying? You done finally learned how to keep your extra sanitary napkin in your book bag. You feel me? You supposed to be just coming out the pigtails and learning how to flat iron the front of your head. Not these girls, though. Not these girls. At 14, they getting douches and things of that nature. No cap. Don't let that go over your head. But again, I think the scariest part of this is that it's one thing if the mothers, which is already horrible within itself. It's one thing if the mothers were displaying their children like this. But the fact that it's fathers are now displaying their children like this, please be advised. This is a setup. This is why they pay these celebrities the money that they pay them to sacrifice not only themselves, but even their families, okay? Even their families. Okay? Now, when you see these celebrities putting their children up on display, making them look older than they are, there's only one reason you would want a child to look older than what she was. And that only reason would be if you want somebody older to believe that she's older. Now, I would ask you guys, why would a father want his 14-year-old to look older than she really is? Other than wanting her to be abused. Consciously or subconsciously, I don't give a fuck. Slice it up, eat it, I don't give a damn. consciously or subconsciously. The only way a person would dress their 13, 14-year-old daughter up like she's 25 or 30 is if you literally want her to be abused. And I don't give a damn what nobody say. Y'all can get up on here talking about, oh, but people should be able to. Yeah, you can do what you want. You can do what you want, but just know when the shit go down, don't come looking for the village. Don't come looking for the village. Do you hear me? Because while he advertising her to the highest bidder, what he's doing is there are a lot of people who watch him and say, I could do my daughter that. So now you're going to advertise your daughter to the highest bidder. And he ain't the only one. I see 14-year-olds now. I swear to God, I'd be like, God damn. I'm going to be real. You know what it remind me of? You know how kids in the 60s looked at old as fuck in the 70s? You know how you will see a picture of somebody from the 70s and they have a full face full of this, that, and the third. And you'll be like, dang, how old she was, 30. And they'll be like, nah, she was 16. That's how the new children look. That's exactly how the new children look. They look old as fuck. No cap. Them little niggas look old AF. And it's bad enough y'all dressing them like they 30. I'm telling you, in 40, 50 years, the people gonna look back at your churn and say, how old they was? 30? Nah, she was 12. 12? Them churn look old AF. And then y'all dressing them old, that's even worse. They already stressed out. And then y'all dressing them like they 35. No wonder by the time they 35, they're gonna be having gray hair. By the time they 30 and 35, they're gonna look like old ass men and old ass women. On my soul. Y'all aging y'all children, bro. Let's move on. When you don't allow your child to be a child, you age them. Do you hear me? Whenever you do not allow your child to be a child, you physically and literally age them. Do with that information as you please. Let's move on. No cap. You're aging them. No wonder they looking old. They 25 and you see them and you thinking they 40. Life done tore them up. Mama had them 25 at 12. So there you go. That's why at 20 they look 40. Because they was 20 at 12. They only keeping up with the timeline that the mama and the daddy gave them. That's all. All they doing is keeping up with the timeline their mamas and daddy gave them. Let's move on. Y'all better allow these children to be children. I swear to God, y'all better allow these children to be children. Now, I want to get into Malcom Jamaal Warner. Now, y'all, we spoke about this. And speaking of Malcom Jamaal Warner, and not really to speak of him, I was able to log in last night on YouTube, and I saw Lovely T was live. Shout out to Lovely T. And Lovely T was talking about, it must have been for me to come in on this part. Because Lovely T was talking about estate planning and how she had her health scare. And she also spoke about how she had to get her affairs in order with her trust and things, and how the people who was working with her left her house out of the trust and all kinds of stuff. But basically, the moral to her story was, no matter how old you are, you need to make sure your affairs in order for when you leave. That way people aren't fighting over your shit. But I do want to say this. Shout out to Lovely T, because that part I learned a lot from just that part. I didn't get to read the whole live or listen to the whole live. I probably will go back maybe. But I did come in on the part that I feel like I needed to hear when it came to that estate planning with the trust, because those are things that I'm just now starting to get into as well, because I didn't have this information to me 2 years ago. So I'm just starting to get into it, and just hearing her story, my heart really goes out to her off the bat. Just her being so young, having to deal with health scares like that. But even off the strength of the advice she gave when it came down to estate planning and making sure you have your affairs in order, who gets what, that is very, very imperative. Let me say this to y'all. I don't give a damn how old you are, and I don't give a damn how much money you have. You need to have you some life insurance. And not only life insurance, you need to have a beneficiary, and you need to go down to a notary and get it notarized. Do you hear me? And I'm telling this to y'all, I need to do it as well. I need to update the one that I have, because I have one. I have a notary thing, but I need to update it. You guys have to get out there and be strategic about what it is you're doing in life. Also, even if you don't want to leave nobody no money, I keep telling you, you can borrow from your life insurance. Y'all got to start doing research on this stuff. if you really down bad, depending on who you are in the policy and things of that nature, I heard this from a clear man. I hadn't done the research because I never tried to borrow. But from what I understand, you can borrow off of your life insurance. So it is an investment that you should make. It is definitely an investment that Black America needs to start making. Okay? And I don't want to hear we can't afford it. I don't give a damn if you in the hood. Yes, you can. You afford them cigarettes, huh? You afford that liquor, huh? You afford going and get your hair done, huh? You afford when you go play cards over there by them people, huh? Oh, yeah, you can afford it. It ain't gonna cost you but $30 a month, fat. Y'all gotta go get y'all some insurance, bro. Y'all gotta go get y'all some insurance. Niggas tired of coming on the internet with GoFundMes to bury you niggas. Niggas gonna start putting y'all niggas in a pile. On Schoolyard, on SY. Niggas gonna start opening one big ass pile and just dump you niggas back there. You see what I'm saying? For real, you niggas gotta start getting some life insurance. Okay? $20, $30 a month to get you buried and to help take care of the people once you get up out of here. Get you some life insurance, goddammit. Okay? Now, speaking of life insurance, we spoke about Malcom Jamaal Warner. In his specific case, his mother was the beneficiary and the sole, I guess, beneficiary of all of his things. Now, Malcom Jamaal Warner did get married to this young lady and he had a baby. But Malcom never went back to change up his paperwork. Now, let me be real. As someone who's very responsible, I like to say, pat myself on the shoulder. For someone who I think is extremely responsible, I kind of saw that in Malcom Jamaal Warner. And if Malcom Jamaal Warner was married to this lady, I don't know how long they were married for, but if he was married to this lady all those years and never got his paperwork updated, it's given he didn't want it updated. Hold on. How long was Malcom Jamaal married? Oh, Lord, hold on. How long was Malcom Jamaal Warner married when he died? 3 years. Marriage being such a huge life event, I am of the belief that if Malcom Jamaal Warner wanted to change up his paperwork, I believe that he would have done so. I believe that he would have gotten with an attorney and he would have made sure things were set up to where his wife, especially, even if the marriage wasn't a big life-changing event, especially when he had his daughter. Malcom Jamaal Warner loved and adored his daughter. I don't know what he felt about the bitch. I can't speak on her. But as far as his daughter, he loved that little girl, okay? And you're not going to make me believe that Malcom Jamaal Warner didn't want to go back and make sure that those things were tied up. What this whole case is giving me, because his widow now is trying to fight the mother because she's the executor of the estate. So now the widow wants to fight the mother saying that she needs more money, but I believe that Malcom Jamaal Warner left the widow with everything he wanted her to have. And this is what happens when people want to say that he needs to get it in, or I think he has it the way that he wanted it to be. I think that the way things are going is the exact way Malcom Jamaal Warner wanted things to go. His mother was his biggest fan. She was the best friend of his. She was the one that went on all them auditions. She's the one that brought him to the Cosby Show. She was the one on the set. She was there the entire time. He adored his mama. I don't believe for 1 second that man would have wanted his mama to or this lady to fight his mama for anything. I think that he left things the exact same way that they are because he wanted it the way that it is. Okay? Now, this lady, I believe, is now using the media. She must have tried to get the mama to go into the estate originally. And the mama must have told her to kiss her ass. So now this lady seems like she's going to the media to get the media on her side. So now she's going to go and say, oh my God, my husband, I'm a widow, and get us to go to the mama and say, hey, mama, give the widow some money. But we're not going to do that, Miss Light-Skinned Lady. We're not doing that. We believe that Malcom Jamaal Warner was extremely responsible, and he's a brother. And I believe that he had things set up exactly the way he wanted them set up. No matter what you say, ma'am, he was very intelligent, very responsible. If he wanted you to have more than what you had, I'm of the belief that he would have had it. Or you would have had it, I'm sorry. But I don't think that's the case. At any rate, let's get into the daughter on her, the wife, the widow on her interview. Her name is Tanisha Warner. She says she's still in shock when she realized that her husband has died. Mind you, they were on a vacation together. It was her, him, and the daughter. I told y'all yesterday or the day before yesterday, it's giving me, bitch, you pushed him, watched him drown, and thought you was going to ride off into the sunset with the money. It's given either you pushed him or you set him up to get pushed, bitch. Because see, according to what the story is, the story say Malcom, Jamaal, and the daughter went out for a swim early in the morning, and the wife allegedly stayed home or stayed in the hotel. They say Malcom, the daughter came back and Malcom was gone. It's given to me, bitch. Either you pushed him or you sent somebody else around there to push him, and you thought you was going to ride off in the sunset with the bag of money. But you ain't know Malcom Jamaal Warner had his affairs in order, bitch. That's what it's given to me. Allegedly, I don't know. Don't get me the line. Let's get into this interview. Something about her, something in the milk ain't clean. And when they asked her what happened on that day, the bitch started changing the subject and shit. Something here in the milk ain't clean.
I feel slower in terms of what my life looks like now. Do you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's without him.
Yeah.
So every moment feels very slow.
Mm-hmm.
And so I go, wow, I'm 48. I have so much life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as opposed to, I think before it was like, you know, you're thinking about like, oh my gosh, she's going to be 12. She's going to be, you know, 14 and time will be
a teenager.
Yeah.
But Tanisha, just thank God that you have her though. Honestly, thank God that you have her. I can't even go there. I can't even go there, but you have her and so much to live for. And as shocking as this is, and it's still shocking.
It is.
Is it still shocking to you that he's not with us? Is it still shocking to you?
You know, I don't know, most people may not understand this part of grief, but we have a brain and we have a nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
And our bodies are often reaching for something that the brain understands in a different way. Our bodies are always looking for homeostasis, even though the brain is saying like, no, he's not here.
Yeah.
So you're living with this constant fight of your body wanting to still reach for something that's no longer here because it doesn't get it.
Yeah.
And the brain saying, no, he's actually not. So, yes, it's still a shock.
Shock, yeah.
Time feels slower in terms of what my life looks like now. Do you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's without him.
Yeah.
So every moment.
Why Gail gotta look like that? Bitch, Gail
feels very slow.
Mm-hmm.
And so I go, wow, I'm 48. I have so much life.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, look at Gail. Look at Gail. I thought Brandy looked it so bad. I forgot about Gail. Gail, why is you sitting down with this lady? Every time it's some bullshit, they sit down with Gail. I keep telling y'all, don't trust Gail. You know, I wish they would have left Gail up there on the spaceship when them hoes went up to space. I swear to God, they should have left Gail ass right up there. Gail, every time, if you see Gail, it's some shit. It's some bullshit. Moving forward, Black America, if you ever see Gail across from anybody, just know this some bullshit, okay? Gail came on here with this heart. Gail is a millionaire, a billionaire, and Gail can't quite get them wigs right, and I don't understand. Oprah keep her wigs right. Why Gail can't get her wigs right? I think Gail do this on purpose. I think Gail messing with us. I think this is Gail doing this on purpose to mess with us. Like, I got money, but I'm still gonna wear these trash ass wigs. What y'all who's gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Either way, Mrs. Malcom Jamaal Warner, ma'am, it's giving performative. It is giving rehearsed.
You know,
it is giving. Is this my camera? Is this my camera? Is this my camera? It is giving everything except I'm a grieving widow who just need a couple dollars for my kid. Ma'am, I feel like you're trying to get the sympathy of us. And as a member, and I believe a representative of Black America who adores Malcolm Jamal Warner, because he's all of our cousin, the family is going to decline your request for any more funds. And we're gonna decline that request, citing the fact that we don't trust you, bitch. We don't trust you. So with that being said, we're backing mom. If mom says that you get nothing, you get nothing. If you can't afford to raise the baby, give her to the mama. There you go. If you feel like you get on that much of hard times, please drop Lil Malcolm Isha off to the mama, and we'll raise her from there. As a matter of fact, we think it's best that you do that anyway. We don't trust the baby with you, to be honest. But you is the mama. In the law states, we got to give you a chance. So with that being said, please leave our sister-in-law, auntie-in-law, cousin-in-law, mother-in-law, friend-in-law. Leave her alone. We are all back in the mama, and you will not get a penny, ma'am. Get off of here. Thank you. Please and thank you. I sure appreciate you coming out here. We appreciate the tears. We just not buying it. We back in the mama. Yeah, we gonna back the mama 100%, 1,000,000,000%. It's just that on that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you're having trouble keeping the lights on, drop the baby off. Other than that, move around, please and thank you. Let's move on. Malcolm Jamal's wife thinks she slick. Oh no, bitch, you fooled Malcolm. You ain't fooled us. She fooled Malcolm. She ain't fooled us. There you go. Let's move on. Speaking of fooling the people, ASU, Arizona State University, now is offering a college course, a college major. That's different from a course for social media content creators. Well, I'll be damned. I ain't go to college for social media content creator, and I'm a content creator. But they're going to start making people believe that you need a degree to be a content creator. And this is how the Matrix is going to make sure that it rallies around that idea. So now ASU offers the social media major, right? Right now, you don't need a major or a social media or a degree to be a social media content creator until certain jobs start requiring that for certain positions, you have these courses. This is how the Matrix conforms to the bullshit. So what do I mean by that? Currently, there's no requirement for anybody on social media to go to college yet. But when Streamer University pop off and when ASU get its foot set flat and footed and ready, then it's going to be, in order to be a content creator on this platform, you need to have this degree or at least this amount of school. Or, if you want to have this job requires that you do some sort of social media work. So with that being said, you're going to have to go to school and you're going to have to get a degree in social media content work, because even though the job isn't a content creator, it does still require that you know about content creation. So with that being said, you need to go to school. Okay. And so now this is how the jobs feed the schools, and then everybody eats except you. So then you go, like me, we go to school, we get these degrees thinking we need these degrees to be successful. And then after we get these degrees, we realize we don't need them at all. That's the perpetual cycle of this education system. I told y'all before, Streamer University is going to be bigger than Harvard, Princeton, Yale, and all of those schools combined. It is going to be more valuable in the future to have a degree as a content creator than it will be to have a degree as a doctor, a lawyer, or a goddamn Indian chief. It's coming. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's coming. And let me just say this to the people in the bike. If you are someone you know is looking to get on social media, the only way they're going to get you to go into debt by going to college is if you fall for the banana in the tailpipe. You do not need a degree. Listen to me and listen to me good. 90% of the shit we got degrees for, we don't need no degree for. As stupid as it sounds for us to have a degree for social media commentary, I'm pretty sure people said the same thing when it came to having a degree to teach school. I'm pretty sure it came to the same thing when it came to having a degree for anything, because it all starts off very stupid like this until the matrix conforms and makes it a requirement. Right now, we're laughing at it, but in 5 years, not 10, in 5 years, having a degree in social media commentary is going to be so valuable. And them people going to make more money. The algorithm is going to shift to make the people with the degrees make more money to incentivize more people to go to college. Do you see? Let's get into Arizona State offering the degree. It says being a social media influencer is officially a college major now at Arizona State University. Arizona State University is officially offering a bachelor's degree aimed at preparing students for careers in content creation and digital influence. The Bachelor's of Arts in Content Creation teaches students how to build audiences. You can't teach that. Develop personal brands, you can teach that, and produce content for social media, podcasts, and video platforms. Coursework also covers content planning, audience analytics, social media strategy, and integrated marketing. ASU describes the program as preparation for careers in the growing creator economy. I'm going to read it again. ASU describes the programs as preparations for careers in the growing creator economy, including roles such as content creators, social media strategists, podcast producers, and influencer marketing specialists. These are the jobs that are going to be paid the most, and they're going to require that you have a college degree. They're telling you what they're going to do. And when it happens, please make sure y'all at me, because I said it first. Nobody else on the internet said this before me. I was the first one came to the internet and told y'all that content creator is going to be the new thing and that they're going to make us go to school. I'm the one. I ain't heard it from nobody because I got it as a download. Please, if anybody else try to lie and say they said it first, please have my back and say you're a lie. We was over there. You feel what I'm saying? Either way, they're telling you what they're going to do. So these are the jobs that they're going to have. Content creator, social media strategist, podcast producer, and influencer marketing specialist. Those are the jobs. Now, let's be clear. I can take any random person in this audience and turn them into a creator, a strategist, producer, an influencer, or marketing specialist, because I do that. All content creators already do this. Y'all know that? If you're a content creator, you're already doing all them jobs. All a producer is somebody, you know what a producer is? Y'all producers. You know that? As subscribers, you guys are producers. Do you know that? You want me to show you how y'all are producers? Y'all ever hit me in the email? Oh, Vu, you ever seen this? You should talk about this on your show. Congratulations, you're a producer. You're a producer. That's all a producer is. You see something, you bring it to me, and you say, hey, Vu, y'all do it to all of the... You're a producer. You're already a content creator producer. Whenever you see something online and you hit up your favorite content creator and you say, hey, girl, did you see this? You need to talk about this on the show. That's a producer. You're a producer, ladies and gentlemen. And you ain't even go to college. You ain't even go to college yet. You already a producer. Anybody who opens a content creator account, you already a content creator. No matter if you got one person following you or 1 million people following you. As long as you open an account, you automatically a content creator. All of these jobs that they're about to make people go to school for, we're already doing. We're already doing strategists, social media strategists. You want to know what that is? Hey, Vu, you know how you do Educational Friday? What if you did Suck 'em Silly Sundays? You know what? What we gonna talk about? Ooh, girl, on Suck 'em Silly Sundays, you can have people come up on here who be deep throating, and you can tell them to give courses. We could put it behind the paywall on Patreon. For real, girl, I'm telling you can make buku money. Thank you. You're now a social media strategist. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for helping me come up with Suck 'em Silly Sundays. You see what I'm saying? And they about to make people go to school for that. Don't let that go over your head. All these jobs, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that they claim you have to have all of these goddamn, you have to have all of these degrees for, is bullshit. It's a money grab from the Matrix, is what it is. It's a money grab from the Matrix. And when you really peel back college, you're going to realize that 95% of the shit we in school for is a money grab from the Matrix. Do you understand me? You should add. Somebody say, I'm going to add producer on my resume. You should. If you've ever sent a content creator anything and they used it, congratulations, you're a producer. You just helped me produce the show. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's a producer. That's all it is. But they're going to make people go to school for it. You can't make this up. Y'all don't fall for the okie doke. Do not fall for the okie doke. And to y'all, I know I just talked about college, but let's look at the flip side of this. How many of y'all stay in the comments, stay on social media, and stay tagging your favorite content creator? How many of y'all always on this bitch, and every time you see some, ooh, let me send this to Vu, or ooh, let me send this to... Do you know that you can take what you're doing right now and create a real business and literally change your own life? I'm about to help somebody out. If you already online looking at shit and you already sending shit to your favorite content creators, make a business, start an LLC, call that shit Direction and the Way to Go. I don't give a damn. And now you can be a social media strategist or a social media, whatever you want to call yourself. And you can be kind of like an advisor to the content creators. You could be the person that go look up all of the tea before hey, you'll help me out a great deal. I don't have to get up in the morning and know what's on the content. You done already did it. Hey girl, this was popping so far. Here you go. You just created a business. And you could quit your job, because now how many people need this business? I know I do. How many people need that business? Now, once you get picked up, you golf a bit. All you need to do is get picked up by somebody big. Get picked up by somebody with a huge platform. Now you got a name, and now you acting funny. Now I'm not doing it with anybody. I'm only doing it with this person. Now you can quit your regular job, and you can sit at home and the same shit you've been doing for free. Now you can feed your family. You're welcome. Let's move on. Now we're going to get into AB lawsuit. I'm telling all this shit y'all around here doing for free, you could be feeding your families off of it. You're doing it for free. They're going to put a name and a title on it, put it down at the schoolhouse, and we going to think that we need to go down there and get these degrees. I'm telling you, you don't. You're already doing, you already have gifts, y'all. We're walking and oozing gifts. Take the ideas and do something with them. I'm just saying, somebody could do that. That's a great, as a content creator, I would love for somebody who who their sole job is to go and look for the tea. Because I hate doing it. I ain't gonna lie. Your whole job is to look for the tea, and your job is to disseminate it out to content creators. Hey, here go the subjects. Boom. Ray J. Boom. AB. Boom. Brandy. Boom. And give them all the shit, go with it. There you go. Boom. Pay me once a month. I got you. Hey, somebody, anybody, you're welcome. Pay it forward. Let's move on. Somebody say I'm still stuck on Suck 'em Silly Sundays. Not Suck 'em Silly Sundays. If you, hey, whoever's in that kind of content, there you go. See how easy that was? That may be your kind of content, you know? There you go. Let's move on. Okay. Let's get into Adrien Broner. OM. Adrien Broner hit with a lawsuit. Not Dean. Adrien Broner. Y'all get the likes up. Listen, Linda. Adrien Broner just got served with a lawsuit yesterday, July 23rd. And I believe that it was, how long they've been streaming? Hold on. How long has Adrien Broner been streaming? Adrien Broner officially began his full-time streaming career in the spring of 2026. So, okay, is it the spring? It feels like it's been longer than that. Either way, let's say he started in March. And we'll be in July, April, May, June, July. It's 4 months too late. The sexual assault lawsuit is 4 months too late. Adrien Broner does not understand how he's been played by the powers that be. Let me give you the play. Let me show you how the powers that be playing in Adrien Broner face. So Adrien Broner was an ain't shit nigga, down on his luck, lost everything, drinking, smoking, just screwing off all life, right? Well, he runs across Dean, which is not by coincidence. They literally sent Dean over there, right? So he runs across Dean, and Dean revives Adrien Broner by offering this streaming thing, right? So now Adrien Broner is streaming every day, 24/7, 7 days a week, from the moment they start to now. In the process of this streaming, the people, the powers that be, are allowing Adrien Broner to wow the F out. He can crash as hard as he wants. Adrien Broner could be disrespectful. He can do sexual anything, things that most people would have been canceled for. The powers that be are allowing Adrien Broner to have his way with the streaming shit. Not only that, they're incentivizing him to be stupider every stream. How do they do that, Voodoo? They keep paying him more money. Adrien Broner himself came on here and say every day he log into his account, he's noticing that they making an extra 10 to 11,000 more each day. This is what Adrien Broner is saying. And in my mind, I say, that's the incentives. So they keep paying them more for them to get stupider and stupider by the day. Now, mind you, this is how clever this enemy is. He allows you to do all kinds of jacked up, disgusting things. And you will never get in trouble. But behind the scenes, he taking names. Sexual assault on this date. Rape on that. Mind you, on our side, we see it happening and we like, dang, that nigga must be lucky. He don't never get in trouble. But on the flip side, with the powers that be, sexual assault this girl on this date. Yep. Rape on this date. Yep. They keeping names. They not missing shit. Because one thing about this enemy, I keep telling y'all, they never let niggas leave with their money. It's a trap. The way the enemy works is he'll give you all the riches in the world and make you believe you're rich. But the fact of the matter is you don't own that shit. And if you're lucky, he'll let you die and then he'll take it back. But the fact of the matter is most of us are not that lucky. And they ended up taking it back long before you croak. So they allow Adrien Broner every day to come on the stream, wild out, do whatever he want with white girls, black girls, well, mostly white girls, Asian girls, all kind of girls. And they taking these names. Because on Mad Day or whenever they just feel like it, they're going to take everything back from him. Like they do all of the other people in entertainment. I'm telling you, there's not a black person that walked inside of this Jewish man's entertainment and left with his money. Not one. Even if you die, the only black people who die with their money is the ones who die with white families. Don't let it go over your head. But unless you die with a white widow, you're not leaving with their money. You're not. It's a play. It's a facade. They give you all the money you want, all the riches while you here to make you think you made it. But you will not leave with their money. And it shows I got a nose on my face. AB not gonna leave with it neither. So now Adrien Broner doing all of this sexual assault, all of this, that, and the third. He done finally decided to get down and stop drinking, and he's good. And now, boom, they hit him with a lawsuit. Sexual assault, actually. And let's really be clear. Don't be foolish to think this is some random girl who randomly got assaulted and randomly went and filed the lawsuit. No. What they do is they set the girls up and send them in there because they know he's a crash out. And they know he's going to do something. So they send these girls in and they say, hey, go in there, play with AB. He probably going to be this, that, and the third. Don't worry. If he does this, that, and the third, we'll pay you really good and you'll be able to sue him later. So then the girls go in, let AB disrespect them. And then later, whenever that powers that be call them, they say, hey, you ready? And then the girl say, yeah, I'm ready. And then the girl go down there, file a suit. And then people go, oh, because it didn't happen so long ago, right? And people are like, wait, when is this? When was this? And then people go, oh, we don't know. That's a part of the play. So now Adrien Broner is being hit with a lawsuit, and he could lie, he could laugh all he wants, but you could tell that nigga is terrified, and you should be, because the things I've seen Adrien Broner do on the internet, he should be in jail. Sexual harassment at best, every single stream. Sexual harassment is what Adrien Broner do every single stream at best. Let's get the definition for sexual harassment so y'all can understand. Because see, sexual harassment and sexual assault are two completely different things. Please read the definition of sexual harassment. Unwelcome sexual behavior, advances, or requests for sexual favors. Every single stream. Every single stream, Adrien Broner performs some level of sexual harassment on every female that's there. So at best, at least, every female that has ever gone on stream can sue him for sexual harassment. We hadn't even gone into him putting hands and feet on nobody. We hadn't even talked about that yet. At best, every single person that has ever come on that stream can go down and file a lawsuit and sue him for sexual harassment. Easy. Let's get into sexual assault. What is the definition of sexual assault? Any non-consensual sexual contact. Let's stop right there, because people think it just means screwing. No. Sexual contact, touching you on your butt, grabbing your shoulder, grabbing anything in a sexual manner when you touch me, that's sexual assault. It also goes and says, or behavior that occurs without the freely given permission of the victim, including when a person is unable to consent. Let's go pull up some Adrien Broner streaming shit. Because he lucky he only got one. One, he ought to be thanking God. Hold on. Let's look up Adrien Broner.
Yeah. I didn't fuck, bro.
Stop playing with me, bro.
Go anywhere.
She was in your bed. So she was in your bed.
Nah. Chill out. Don't do that, girl, like this.
So you was under the covers?
He went in my bed. Now go.
In the fucking bed. You guys keep fucking harassing me.
Nah, don't do that.
You can go anywhere. Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah, you grabbing on my cousin. I don't like that. I said you grabbing on my cousin. I don't like that.
You said what?
Nothing.
You said I did what to your cousin?
I ain't making fun of autistic people, bitch.
I was helping you before I hurt you. So what did you say?
What?
I apologize.
No, you won't.
I swear you don't. You don't.
She got to go.
Let the bitch go, nigga. A bitch gonna do what a bitch wanna do, nigga. She gotta go.
The bitch Harley Quinn, get out. All of a sudden she a fake crazy laugh. Get out.
No, I swear you.
And these are just 3 videos that I randomly pulled up on Instagram. So what I'm telling you guys is, one sexual assault lawsuit, he should be thanking his lucky stars. Technically, this nigga's supposed to be in jail. Technically. Now, do I think he need to go to jail? Possibly. But technically, this nigga supposed to be in jail. The only reason he's not in jail is because they need him to keep streaming. Remember, he's a puppet as well. So why is this important? So now he's being sued for sexual battery, and it's for a girl. He didn't even know which girl it was for. Let's get into it. It says, woman files lawsuit against Adrien Broner over alleged sexual battery and assault. Dean the Great and AB also sued for defamation and intentional infliction of emotional distress. It says Adrien Broner is facing a lawsuit after a woman accused him of sexual battery, assault, and other alleged misconduct. According to court documents obtained by TMZ, a woman named Havana Saint claims Broner invited her and her friends to an after party on June 2nd, where he allegedly encouraged her to drink heavily. Saint says she became too intoxicated to drive and accepted Broner's offer to stay at the home. Saint alleges Broner repeatedly pressured her to engage in sexual acts despite her telling him no multiple times and informing him that she was not interested in men. She claims he exposed himself and attempted to force her to touch him. Saint also alleges she returned to the home the following day where Broner allegedly became upset that they had not been intimate and attempted to drag her upstairs. She says she refused and again told him she was only interested in women. The suit states the two crossed paths again on June 8th at a live stream content house in Los Angeles County. Saint claims Broner later took her to his Encino home after she became intoxicated, where he began allegedly pressuring her to have sex. She says she refused and alleged Broner later poured ice water on her during a live stream, causing humiliation and emotional distress. The woman also claims Broner falsely suggested on a live stream that the two had been sexually involved. The suit also named streamer Dean the Great, alleging he made defamatory statements about her during a live stream. Saint is suing Broner for sexual battery and assault, and both Broner and Dean for defamation and internal infliction of emotional distress. In addition, she's also suing the streaming platform Kick for alleged negligence, as she should. Because Kick just let them do anything. As she should. So now he's being sued. Now this is the gag. When he found out about it, he was of confusion. And I was of confusion as to why he was of confusion. Because nigga, every stream, every second of every stream, I am finding sexual harassment and or sexual assault. This nigga is ill. Adrien Broner is like the old drunk crazy man on the corner who wait on them young girls to get out of school. Very, very weird. Extremely weird. But yet and still, he was of confusion and didn't understand why he was around there getting doggone sued. And I'm here to tell y'all now, I don't understand why anybody is confused. You cannot do what Adrien Broner does. Adrien Broner is going to get a lot of niggas locked up because in the real world, he wouldn't have made it 5 minutes in the shit that he be doing. No, it's kind of like baddies. Think about it like a baddie situation. You know how when the baddies go all over the world, it don't matter where they go, they fight? Put a 3 in the chat. Put a 3 in the chat. You know how when the baddies could go to London, the baddies could go to Africa. It don't matter where they go. Everywhere they go, they fight. And people might wonder, well, damn, how is it that the baddies could go all over the world and still fight? Because the baddies have basically a world of its own. So no matter where they go, they already make sure it's cool with the people where they going to. So they check with the government. They say, hey, government, we're going to be fighting when we come out here. Is it okay? And typically those governments probably say, sure, keep that shit over there. And that's typically why whenever you see the baddies fight, it's in the yard. Y'all ever put a 3 in the chat. Whenever they go abroad and you see them motherfuckers fight, they either fighting inside of a closed restaurant or inside of a home or in a yard. Because I'm pretty sure the people at these countries say, hey, we get it, y'all coming over here to film, pay us all the money, grease us our pockets, but keep that shit over there. That's the same thing happening with Adrien Broner. The only reason Adrien Broner hasn't been locked up yet It's because whoever's in charge of Adrien Broner has this thing that he's talking to the people. Hey, look, it's going to be a lot of essays. Niggas going to be wilding. Look, we coming. The niggas going to be wilding. Please stall him out. And the people saying, okay, fine. Keep that shit over there. It's the exact same thing going on with Adrien Broner. That's why he's been able to get away with the shit he's been able to get away with online, and nobody even do think pieces on it. Where are my black women who running around here talking about black women being unalived 11 times in 1 minute and things of that nature? None of y'all ain't never do a think piece on Adrien Broner. We talk about femicide. We talk about black women being assaulted. That's why I be saying a lot of people just be on this bitch talking. A lot of people just be on this bitch to get numbers on the algorithm. Y'all don't really be meaning the shit y'all be talking about. Because where are all those women who talk about women and women and women? Y'all just be on here watching Adrien Broner have a gay old time, huh? Fuck them, right? But that's set up like that. It's done by design. So that Adrien Broner is able to do whatever he wants until they get tired of him. Until they want to take their money back. And how do they typically do it? Lawsuits. So now all of these hundreds of thousands of dollars that Adrien Broner making, it's going down the drain. Oh, and by the way, typically when one file, then the next, then the next, then the next, you get it? He'll be broke before he get to the first fight. I want to show y'all when Adrien Broner found out a little bit of what's going on. Now, this is him finding out. Now, this is the girl, allegedly, that he threw the water on. Allegedly.
Hey, bro. What's up, bro? Pop to. Wake your bitch ass up, nigga.
It's crazy.
Cuz, all you do is sleep and fuck and sleep and fuck. Bitch, I'm so ass nigga. Hey, nah, I'm like, chill, cuz.
Look what you started.
Hey, bro.
Why fight today? Yeah. Bitch, you gonna be here? You gonna suck some dick? You gonna run on niggas? You do.
You see when he said you gonna suck some D or you gonna whatever? He should have gone to jail. You can't assault somebody and then tell them you assaulted them because they didn't perform a sexual act. He should have been arrested right then and there. He should have been arrested when he threw the water on her. That's battery, right off the bat. But then when he coupled it with, you didn't want to suck no D, he should have been arrested for all kinds of things right then and there. But remember, he's got a path. He's got leeway. He's working for the powers that be. So they're going to let him live.
That's what's going on. Yeah. All day.
Hey, bro.
Now let's get into what he found out.
Why they spamming TMZ, gang?
You know TMZ?
Huh?
You know TMZ?
Why they spamming it?
I don't know.
Hey, production, why they spamming TMZ? I don't think they would be spamming it like that if it was good.
Let me check the story.
Says somebody suing me for sexual battery.
That's where you beat somebody.
I don't know.
They just make up shit, man. They be saying bullshit. Internet a fool with them, boy.
Why they spamming TMZ, gang?
Who's suing me? Now somebody's suing me. Can't make this shit up. Now I'm being sued.
Somebody said Dean set it up. The very first thing I said was Dean knew that this lawsuit was coming. And Dean trying to act like he just finding out where AB. But Dean already knew. He already knew. As a matter of fact, Dean knows much more about all things than Adrien Broner does. Adrien Broner is the crash out who's supposed to stay drunk. But Dean knows a lot. And Dean knew this lawsuit was coming long before Adrien Broner knew. Facts. Allegedly. That's what I got from it, okay? That's just what I got.
It's part of the game, bro.
Let me check the story.
Says somebody suing me for sexual battery.
That's why you beat somebody.
I don't know.
They just make up shit, man. They be saying bullshit.
Somebody said Dean set him up. Dean don't have to set him up. All Dean got to do is bring the bitch. He gonna do the work himself. So I guess if that's the case, yeah, Dean brought the bitches around, but you don't have to. Adrien Broner is like Krishan. You don't have to set them up. They gonna do the shit because they stupid. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to contrive nothing. Just put them in the place and let them go. That's Adrien Broner. But yeah, Dean definitely in on this behind the scenes.
Who's that?
I don't know.
What the fuck is Havana? Leon said, did that assistant actually get fired?
So what she's doing?
Oh, don't tell me that's the one me and Ray J was playing.
But it was on what's the date?
That was last month? Was that in Miami?
Huh?
June says June 2nd.
You be on that NDA.
Yeah, no, for sure. But allegations, that's part of it. But let's not talk about it.
But it's still though, you gotta spend money for bullshit. That's the most fucked up part. That's what they need to make a charge for when people make bullshit and the nigga gotta spend that money to get it straight.
Who's that?
I don't know.
That's funny as fuck. Huh? All right.
Somebody said you beat them up for the pussy.
Yeah, nah, hell no.
Oh, they ain't say it's okay.
Yeah, no, they ain't saying that.
It's bright. It's bright, bro.
Hey, bro, it's bright, bro. I know what's going on.
He ain't do shit, bitch. Lying ass hoe. What's up, Kev?
That's funny as fuck.
He don't even remember. He do so much. He didn't even remember which girl it was. He do that much. Listen, Adrien Broner have to laugh to keep from crying because what he understands, I'm pretty sure he got that. Y'all know how I used to feel when you know your mama was gonna whoop your ass. I'm pretty sure he got that deep, that dark down deep in the gut feeling where you feel like you're on a roller coaster, but in a bad way. I'm pretty sure when them people came up and said they'll have a lawsuit on you against you for sexual battery, I know that nigga stomach dropped. I know he wanted to poo on himself. I know he did. Because I would have. And this is the gag. He do so much, he didn't even know off the cuff which one. And what situation. He lucky it's only one. Every girl that ever went to that stream could take everything from both of them. Listen, let me make y'all laugh because a lot of y'all don't know this about the law. Do you know that even if I'm not the one sexually assaulted, I can still sue you for sexual assault or harassment? What do I mean by that? Let's say I'm sitting down and I'm watching Adrien Broner interact with another chick. And let's say he throw the water on the girl and say, bitch, you need to suck my D or you need to get up out of here. I can sue Adrien Broner for secondhand sexual harassment and sexual assault. Did y'all know that? Me witnessing him do it to somebody else is enough for me to sue him too. Facts. It's in the law. Most of y'all don't even know that. So if you've ever gone, if any female or male has ever even gone to any of these streams, they can sue them for secondhand sexual harassment and sexual assault. Yay! He lucky he only got one. This was coming. This was inevitable. This was nothing but inevitable. It was scheduled to happen. It was supposed to happen. You don't get to do what you're doing, Adrien Broner, especially in 4K, and think that the world is going to just conform. You're still a black man, brother. You still a black man. And they were going to allow you to rake up all of that money so you can put it all back in lawyer fees, in court fees, because that's what's about to happen. I hope you enjoyed it, Adrien Broner, because you're not going to leave with all of that money. And all of this time you've been on the internet playing like you gay for nothing. Because all of that play gay, and you ain't going to have none of this shit when it's all said and done. They're taking their money back, bro. And you'll be lucky if you miss jail. You'll be lucky if they don't lock your ass up. Because this nigga is a menace around women. Let's really be clear. This nigga is a menace around women. Can't be trusted. Especially when he on that liquor. He don't even be remembering half the shit he do on the liquor. He is not to be trusted. I tell you what, if I had a daughter that like that type of shit, or if I had a niece or somebody over there, I would be pissed. I would be livid that my niece or my daughter is over there being holed out by these has-been ass niggas. I'd be livid. Also, Adrien Broner, watch that Dean. You better watch that Dean. That Dean know way more than he lead off the new. And I believe that Dean... Yeah, watch that Dean. Watch that Dean over there. It's ironic that his name is Dean, like Dean of a school. Watch Dean, Adrien. AB, I know that's your partner. I know he came and picked you up when you ain't had nothing. And I know he got you on your feet. But keep one of your eyes open on that nigga there. Please and thank you. Let's move on. Keep one of your eyes open, nigga. You better. Oh, you better. Because if you blink too hard, I'm telling you now, you're going to miss that Dean. Thank you so much for the super chat. Willie D says, seems like YouTube is blocking vulgar language when sending super chats. Really? Oh, thank you so much for that. I didn't know that. Thank you so much, Willie D. It's not me. It's YouTube. Remember, the algorithm do its own thing. It don't be me. Thank you, Tisha, for being a member for 18 months. Says, my mama didn't allow us to use tampons. Me neither, but I snuck them. My mama bought them big, thick-ass pads, girl. Had me feeling like I was putting on a goddamn Huggy. Girl, I had found this girl at school. Her mama let her use tampons. And I had the girl, I was letting her let me borrow hers. So I started using money to pay her till I got my own job. I refused. I hate pads. I hated pads then, and I hate them now. Girl, my mama didn't know I was using them tampons, but I was rolling them bitches out. And this the gag. Somebody told me back in the day that the only way you could use a tampon is if you wasn't a virgin. Well, I was a virgin and using them hoes. Do you hear me? Using them bitches 90 going west, virgin down to the ground. And then it made me feel like, well, was I not a virgin? I was so young and stupid. I started thinking to myself, well, am I a virgin? Because I'm able to use the tampons and I hadn't done nothing. Girl, stupid as hell. But yeah, you're right. Our parents didn't allow us to use tampons at 14. But now at 14, these girls could drive cars and have a boyfriend and things of that nature. Willie D, thank you for the super chat, says, I had to edit my comment to send it. These celebs sacrifice their kids all the time. Absolutely. And I'm sorry you had to edit your comment. That's YouTube. It ain't me. That's YouTube. Thank you, boo. Truthful, thank you for being a member for 10 months, says, I've always tagging you and stuff on Instagram, boo. You are my favorite. Thank you. You're a producer. Thank you, Truthful, but that makes you a producer. If you tagging all y'all tagging y'all favorite content creator, congratulations. You're now a producer. You're welcome. All you're doing is producing these people's shows. Y'all need to be seeing if y'all can get some jobs. I would. The butterfly voice, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, I love you, boo, and don't know it, and you don't know it till now, but I literally see so many messages through you. I am being obedient and taking heed. Pisces connection. #babe. Oh, thank you so much, the butterfly voice, and I'm happy I can help. You know, part of my mission is to do what you just said, help other people do whatever. I'm just on here rolling. I'm just told by my ancestors and my spiritual team and the Most High to just be myself, and everything gonna fall in place. And every time y'all email me, or every time I get emails or super chats, or even people just tell me stuff like that, I know that I'm on the right path. Because the Most High and my ancestors told me, just come on here and be yourself, and being yourself is going to help a lot of people. And I'm seeing that it's working. Thank you so much, the butterfly effect. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Y'all get the likes up. Let's get back into the show, honey. Brizzy, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, had to sneak child. LMAO wasn't allowed. What? LMAO not allowed? I gotta check YouTube. They must have updated some doggone some comments and stuff. They must have updated some stuff. I gotta look at it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And shout out to everybody. Let's move on. I want to get into Funky. Funky.Neva proved my point, and we on here because I'm going to show y'all. So, shout out to the LGBTQ community. I spoke about this before, but I tell black people, this is my theory. And I'm calling it a theory, but I know it's the facts. This is my theory, though. Black and minority people inside of the LGBTQ community, especially, I'm going to speak specifically on black. I'm not worried about the rest of the minorities. Black Americans inside of the LGBT community are the ones who suffer the most. They're the ones who get screwed over the most. They're the ones who go through the most discrimination. They are the ones who go through the most attacks, phobia, all of that stuff. The Black Americans inside of the LGBTQ community get the brunt of all of the bad things that come with being LGBTQ. But, no, I ain't gonna say but. Let me put a period there. Add this to it. The white men inside of that very same community practice their privilege by utilizing the pain of the black people in that community. What do I mean by that? So the white people inside of that community do not suffer the same ways that the black people do. As a matter of fact, you couldn't even stand them and measure them side by side. That's the difference in the contrast between black Americans inside the LGBT community is treated versus the white people, especially the white men. It don't matter if they identify as trans. It don't matter if they identify as queer. The white men inside of that community reaps all of the benefits, even though the black people inside of the community get the brunt of the bull crap. That's the way the community is set up. See, before it was an LGBTQ community, before that community had a name, it was just black. It was just, I'm not black. It was just gay and queer and all these other people. That's just who they were. And then the enemy gave y'all a name. The name was LGBTQIA+. That enemy decided that all they have to do is utilize the pain of the people at the bottom, which is the black people, and that can leverage the people at the top. So all the rich white people can benefit off of the black people at the bottom's pain. That has been the movement, and that has been going on inside of that community since its inception. Since they created this LGBTQIA+ community, that has been happening over and over and over. Somebody say this is what T.S. Madison be saying. Well, then my question is, why does T.S. Madison use those same people to fuel the rich whites? It's ironic because Funky gonna say it too. It's ironic that the very people who utilize the people at the bottom to help them at the top, they want to know why it is. I don't understand. You're literally helping those same white people, T.S. Madison and Funky.Neva. I can't believe y'all posing these questions to the people. I can't believe it. This must be a goddamn Pee-wee's Playhouse episode. No way. There's no way that the very people that utilize the pain of the people at the bottom are asking the people at the bottom why it is that the people at the top are the only ones benefiting. No way. But it sounds about right. That's what gaslighting does. The people will screw you over and then look you in the face and swear to God they don't understand what's going on. That's what it does. But anyways, that's what the community is about now. It's not about the people at the bottom who actually suffering. It's about the people at the top who's getting the benefits from the people at the bottom suffering, okay? And this community paid T.S. Madison, allegedly, this community and these people, the rich white ones at the top, pay black people in the LGBT community to keep that the way that it is. And those people are not limited to, but included, Funky.Neva, allegedly, Funky.Neva, T.S. Madison, and all of the rest of those cronies who put the LGBTQ in front of their identities. All of those people that y'all love the most help to make the white people get the benefits and you continue to have the pain. So it's odd that they bring this up. Let's get Funky up here. So now Funky, remember the white boy who started freaking out, talking about she. I showed y'all the video a couple of days ago. Funky plays the video, and now he's telling the very audience that he utilized to make sure these white men have their privilege. He's telling that audience that it's unfair that they reap all of the benefits. Funky, you're part of the reason why they continue to reap all of the benefits. This is what happens with these content creators in this community. All they do is keep the people at the bottom who's already being abused. They keep them in a repetitive, bullshit, abusive state of mind. That's why every day they come on here and talk about how fucked up it is for people in that community, how messed up it is, how everybody's phobic, everybody hates you. And they continue to perpetuate that to y'all and then turn around and get mad when the white people reap the benefit. I don't understand. Funky, you're part of the reason why they're doing this. You're part of the reason why the black people in the community continue to get nothing while the white people get everything. Because all y'all do is keep them people in perpetual states of victimhood while the white man get all of the benefits. And I've been telling y'all that. That's my biggest gripe with me and T.S. Madison and me and Funky Dineva. That is my sole gripe. My entire gripe is all y'all do is gaslight the black people in the community so that the white people can reap all the benefits. Now all of a sudden y'all don't understand? The very people girl, it really bothers me. It really bothers me. And what bothers me the most is mostly black women in these people comments. And they don't even have to be LGBTQ. It's mostly black women in their comments, and they can't see how the very people who telling you it's fucked up is the people fucking you up. Funky wants to show how white people benefit off of the black people inside of that community. Let's get into the video. The irony of this whole video was really a lot for me, Funky. Funky, how dare you sit your ass up there and talk about how the white people benefit when you the main reason why they do. I can't believe this shit.
It's always the privileged white folks that come in, they hijack the struggle and make it a circus. When you hear those politicians and stuff say things like, oh, then they can just throw on a wig and go into the women's bathroom, they're talking about people like this. Stop! All my black and Latino trans girls in the chat, y'all help me out because I'm not trans, but I'm LGBT and I've been around y'all, around the community enough that I think that I can comfortably say what I'm about to say. I thought the rule was there is no expectation of the girls treating you like she if you didn't look like she, okay? You got to look like she. I thought the rule was call me what I look like. That wasn't no she. That was not no she. And that's where the problem lies, because let's just say for the sake of argument that we want to be accommodating and we want to respect you and call you by whatever pronouns you want to be called. You want to be called blanket, you want to be called flower pot, we'll call you that. But you have to give us an opportunity and a little latitude to make mistakes, because there is no way in hell anybody in their right mind was going to think that you were a she. And then what happens is this story gets blown up across the news. And this is the story that gets used when they are trying to put all these legislation against the trans girls. Like, girl, you ain't even giving, you got to give me a little bit of titty. And I love that even my straight people in the chat are saying, you are not trans, you are cosplay.
Pause. Think back to 2020, between 2020 and 2024. Every freaking crash out we saw behind trans were white men. It was black trans women doing all the windmilling. But every fucked up situation for a trans person was with the white men. What changed, Funky? It was like this when y'all was windmilling back then. I am of confusion. It's always been them crashing out and y'all putting in all the work. What do you mean? Funky, come on now. See, because you sit up there with all your degrees. And what you say when you went down to Florida State University, them people ain't teach you shit about common sense. I'm telling you, they taught you everything about economics, but they ain't teach you shit about common sense, Funky. This is a genuine question. It has always been rich, clear men crashing out, and y'all have been the only ones windmilling. When did you wake up to this fact? Today? It's been like that. That's what I've been trying to get the people inside the community to see. Hey, black people inside the community, they're using your pain to benefit the white rich. I've been saying that. And you got people like Funky who will swear to God that something I say like that is homophobic. No, it's not. It's the facts. I'm of confusion as to when it is you just figured this out, Funky. Y'all have always windmilled for rich white men. All the time. As a matter of fact, I can't think of one black trans story that even got us here. I cannot think of one black trans story that got us here. Not one. Every trans story that we done had been by a white man cosplaying as a trans woman. Funky full of shit. Nigga, you full of shit, my nigga. And I'll tell it to you to your face. Nigga, you full of shit. And you know what you're doing. I don't know if you're trying to save face and maybe feel like you're doing a little service to the people by highlighting the fact that you see it. But nigga, you the main culprit for why this shit go on like this. Don't do that, bro. You full of shit, my nigga. You full of shit. How dare you get in front of that crowd? Man, I don't see how y'all watch this nigga. On me.
Playing. I just hate it because it's already a very vulnerable community that's discriminated against just for wanting to exist. And then you have people like this that make it worse, and it don't make it better that this person is actually suffering from mental illness. And it lends itself to that narrative that all trans people are mentally ill. I just do not like it. It's always the privileged white folks.
It has always been the privileged white folks, Funky. That was what I've been trying to tell y'all. But because Funky has a bigger following than me, and Funky get more people in his live than me, nobody's going to listen to me. They're going to listen to Funky until it's too late. But I'm telling the black women who love crawling over there by Funky, this is a huge slap in the goddamn face, especially if you are in the LGBTQIA+ community. Every single thing you've ever fought for has been for rich white men. Everything any of you guys in that community have ever fought for has always been for rich white men. It has never been for you. Ever. Never. When y'all woke up and figured this part out? Because I've been saw that. So now every time Funky and T.S. Madison get on here and gaslight y'all, oh, this is transphobic, this is homophobic. Know that the greater cause is for rich white men, not even rich white women inside the community. No. This is for rich white men, the weird ass white men inside that community, using y'all at the bottom of the pyramid to fund them at the top. I keep telling y'all, Funky, you a dirty ass nigga, literally and figuratively. You a dirty ass nigga. And I said what I said. And you know what? I was about to say something real bad. You a dirty ass nigga. Let's move on. You a dirty ass nigga. And I said what I said. And I tell it to you. You a dirty ass nigga. And T.S. Madison. You both of y'all some dirty ass niggas. Say what I said. Now clip that and send it to him. Let's move on. Both of y'all some dirty ass niggas. I said what I said. T.S. Madison, this Sissy Madison is a dirty ass nigga. And so it's Funky. Said what I said. Because y'all screwing them people over in that community and they don't even see it. Because they like y'all. They love y'all. They really think y'all love them and care for them back. That's a shame. It's messed up. It's really messed up. Sorry, I'm plugging up my phone. Let's get into let's get into some education. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Get the likes up on the video. I got a few things to show y'all. Get the likes up on the video. We got Educational Friday coming up, y'all, in a couple of hours. Make sure y'all pull up if you're interested. I got a few topics. I don't know which one I'm going to choose, but I do have a few topics, okay? Now let's get into some education. I didn't want to bring this up, but I'm gonna bring it up. Godfrey, and I didn't even put him in the title, but I do want to bring this up. I want to show you how Tether's hijacked. So now Godfrey is doing this interview with, what's this man, Peterson, whatever his name is, weird ass man. And Godfrey is speaking to this man about how Black people built America. But Godfrey is trying to make it seem like he is one of the Black people and his people are one of the Black people that built America. He's going to try to muddy the water and muddy the line by making us believe that because he's Black in America, then he falls under the umbrella of Black people who built America. And I'm here to tell you, Godfrey nor nobody from his bloodline was here when America was built. America was not just built by Black people. America was built by its indigenous copper-colored aboriginal people that we call now Black Americans. Some of the people call them foundational Black Americans and things of that nature. Those are the people who built America. No other melanated group of people put in any help to build America. Do you understand me? But Godfrey, even though this interview is going to go left, I want to show you how he's trying to enter himself into our history in a going back and forth with this man. Watch him talk about Black people, and because he's Black, try to add him to it. Look.
How do you come to my country and tell me what I should be doing?
You feel this is your country?
It is 100%.
Why do you feel
is this your country?
You know how I feel it's our country?
Is it your country?
You know why I feel that way?
That it is your country?
Yeah. I mean, Black people's.
He said, is it your country? The dude Peterson said, yeah, it's my country. Then he asked Godfrey, is it your country? Godfrey, it's ours. No. Is it your country? Then he further goes into, let me tell you how Black people, we're not talking about Black people. We're talking about you. Watch the hijack. Look.
You know how I feel it's our country?
Is it your country?
You know why I feel that way?
That it is your country?
Yeah. I mean, Black people's.
Black people's. Remember, that term Black opens up a gate. It opens the floodgates for anybody with melanin to say, that's me too. That's the whole purpose. That's why they wanted us to call ourselves Black. Because when you say Black, that opens the floodgate for anybody with an ounce of melanin to say, that's me too. So now he's putting himself in the Black category. Yeah, Black people.
Is America your country?
Yes, it is.
And you're Black, right?
And we built it.
And why do you feel that?
You heard him? And we built it? Not Nigerians didn't even exist when we were building this country. Nigeria did not exist until 1960. But we built the country.
Because we built it.
You didn't build it?
Yeah. Black people built.
No, they didn't.
Who, Donald Trump did?
White people did.
Now, before we get into the bullshit of it all, do you see that back and forth? Do you see that back and forth? It went from it's my country, not your country, to it's our country, to Black people built the country. You see how he eased himself into that Black? Because Black people built it. It's our country. Sir, you in your lineage, in your bloodline was not here. You, Godfrey, didn't build shit. Nobody from Godfrey's bloodline built shit. Godfrey in his Nigerian lineage and nobody from Nigeria built nothing in America. Get me up here. Not one Nigerian in the world contributed to building America. Nigeria didn't even exist. So it's impossible for Nigerians anywhere to say they built anything. Nigerians, you didn't build shit. You just got here in 1960, sir. Y'all ain't built nothing. Stop lying. Nigerians have not built anything in America. They literally are the newest people on earth. They did not come into play until the 1960s. You did not build anything, sir. Please. You did not build anything. Nobody from Nigeria built nothing. Don't let them lie to you and tell you that. That's how all the rest of them tethers lied. Now we got Mexicans lying saying they built shit and they ain't built nothing. All they did was cut grass and plant flowers. Them niggas ain't built shit neither. This is how they sneak in on you. Let me let them finish. Black people don't build, they destroy.
No, they don't.
Tell me
We
one thing
destroy
that
our own
black people
stuff,
built.
but we've constructed everybody.
Us, we. What this does, now Godfrey wants to be on the side of helping Black America. Now, see what happened is, remember, we not rocking with Godfrey. Godfrey slip showed. His mask slipped. When Godfrey got on here and said, oh, I'm the only one help up for Black Americans, you Black Americans, and we said, oh, he saw that we not rocking with him no more. So now what did he do? Put himself in front of Jesse Lee Peterson, right? So now that he looks like the good guy and Jesse Lee Peterson looks like the bad guy. Oh, and by the way, in the middle of this, he gets to put himself and add him and his people to the story. Us, we, ours, us, we, ours. Sir, how dare you? Us, we, ours, my ass.
But you got paid to do that.
Paid to do what?
To help build America.
When did we get paid? How much did we get paid?
Whatever they were paying.
Exactly. It means you weren't getting paid. You got paid with ass whooping.
What do you mean?
Really?
That's not true what you just said.
It's very true.
So it's what do you think about the blacks who call themselves African Americans and they were born in America? Is that dumb?
No, it's not.
You got to be out of your minds to be born in a country, but call yourself something else. You got to be dumb,
you
right?
Just try to have a connection.
To what?
To Africa.
But the folks in Africa don't even like Black Americans.
We know that. I'm African.
Well, at least he was honest that time. I thought he was going to lie and say they do. He said, but the folks in Africa don't even like Black Americans. He said, we know that. What? I didn't think that must have been a Freudian slip.
To Africa.
But the folks in Africa don't even like Black Americans.
We know that.
That had to be a slip. That had to be a slip. He did not mean that. He would have not said that in good conscience. Because remember, they want us to believe that we're all one big fat nigga, one big African nigga. That had to be a Freudian slip. He didn't mean that. You know, he meant it. He didn't mean for us to hear it. What?
What?
To Africa.
But the folks in Africa don't even like Black Americans.
We know that. I'm African.
So why are you?
You know I'm African, right?
Where you from?
Nigerian.
So you born over there?
I was born here.
We know that. But Africans don't even like Black Americans. We know that. You heard it, right? But Africans don't even like Black Americans. We know that. So then why is Godfrey in America trying to make us go to Africa? Remember, they want us to believe, according to how the whole system is set up, oh, y'all need to go home to the motherland. Godfrey just told y'all they don't even rock with us. So why would we go there? And then why would he want us to go somewhere where he know the people don't rock with us? Genuine question. Why would Godfrey want a group of people to go to a continent where he knows the people don't rock with them? Because Godfrey's supposed to be a friend of Black America, allegedly, right? Why would you tell a group of people to go on a whole continent where you know the people don't rock with them? Genuine question. This will happen when you're looking for allies. That's why I tell Black America, stop looking for allies. You ain't got no allies. Even the allies you got ain't really no allies. Stop that ugly ass shit. You don't need no goddamn ally. You need yourself. That's all you need. Because everybody else playing in your face, even Godfrey. And we and ours, we built. We ain't built a motherfucking thing. There's not a Nigerian on earth that built nothing. Not even in Nigeria. You niggas can't even build in Nigeria. You don't build nothing. Nigerians don't build. They steal. Allegedly. I haven't seen them build nothing. Not from the ground up. Everything they do, though, everywhere they go, they're going around swearing to God it's theirs, though. But I have not seen a Nigerian build anything from the ground up. They always walking in on some shit that was already there, swearing to God that it's theirs. I'm telling you, they Black colonizers. I'm telling y'all, these niggas worse than the conquistadors. Ain't built nothing. But you know who did? Black America. Let's get into Black Americans and how we were oil tycoons. Listen, Prior to this white boy coming over here, we rolled everything. We controlled everything. We had everything. We had our own economy, our own everything. And oil was one of those economies until it was taken from us. We had all kind of Black American oil tycoons, people who owned land and struck oil on their land and was able to live happily ever after. We have a lot of Black Americans in history, people who actually built on this land, not like them Nigerians. See, we actually did build on this land. We built it. The reason it is what it is because we built it. My ancestors and the people in this chat ancestors, not the Nigerians. Let's get into some Black oil tycoons. Y'all get the likes up on the video.
Black American freedom history, we should know. Did you know that Black Americans once drilled their own oil in America and had their own Black oil tycoons that owned Black oil wells, land, and companies equating to over $1 million yearly then? Here is the backstory. Now, as people begin to buy more cars, Black entrepreneurs begin to develop businesses around the new industry. For example, in Shreveport, Louisiana, Odessa Strickland and other Black Americans would pool their money and organize the Universal Oil, Gas, and Mining Company, one of the first Black-owned oil companies in the U.S. The company was granted a charter in 1931 and began operating with just $20. Within a decade, the company had over 50 employees, controlled and owned their own oil lands, wells, and drilling machinery. The company was producing nearly 1,000 barrels a day and at that time was worth $1 million. Now, the company also trained young Blacks to become oil engineers, mechanics, and drillers. White supremacists didn't take two kindness to this, and tensions became even more heightened when Black Americans struck gold when they tapped into one of the richest veins of oil on their Texas land in history, and when the company's owner invented the electronometer. This device not only let Black Americans know they were sitting on land that produced oil, but allowed them to trace, locate, and measure it. Oil company would also inform Black landowners of the oil on their land and made deals, and everyone got money. Now, some white supremacists even made it a point to shoot at Black workers at many of the oil field locations. However, the company believed in and practiced self-defense. The company went out of business when Black Americans shifted their focus to integration.
Damn.
Universal Oil,
Mike, when did the company go out of business, ma'am? Repeat that again. Mike. Martin Luther King is the gift that keeps on giving, ain't he? When did the company go out of business, ma'am?
The company believed in and practiced self-defense. The company went out of business when Black Americans shifted their focus to integration. Universal Oil, mining.
Shout out to Mike, bro. Didn't we just do a video on him yesterday? Martin Luther King is the gift that keeps on giving. I swear to God. He really is. He really is the gift that keeps on giving. Oh, yes. And y'all wonder why we celebrate him every January and every February. You wonder why he got a holiday? He was able to strip us of being oil tycoons. I get that nigga a holiday too. The fuck? I had you niggas celebrating that nigga twice a year too. Stop acting crazy. If I was the powers that be, and Mike, aka Martin Luther King, got me to get Black people out of being oil tycoons, man, I had y'all niggas celebrating that nigga every 12 months, every month of the year. It'll be a Martin Luther King holiday every year, every month. Integration. What did I tell you? We did not start going down economically until the late 1950s and the early 1960s. That was the civil rights movement. This is what Martin Luther King helped to take away from us. I keep telling y'all, prior to the civil rights movement, we had our own economy, our own schools, our own houses, our own everything. And listen, even with this oil business, it literally was a place that employed other Black Americans. And not only that, it was the gift that kept on giving. Not only did it employ Black Americans, he created a tool to help other Black Americans to know when they have oil on their land. And it taught them how to do their own thing. This is why them people shot at the workers out there, not because of their skin color. I keep telling y'all, race is a poor man's game. They got you believing they hate you for your skin color, so you never look past it. It's bigger than your skin color, my love. Your skin color is the icing on the cake. They didn't want Black Americans to have their own economy. That was the whole purpose of the civil rights movement, to strip us of our economy and force us into theirs. That's why they did it. That's why they hired Martin Luther King. That's why he got up there hollering about I had a dream. That's why it was plastered on TVs all across America and the world, because they needed to economically rob us, and they did it. It worked flawlessly. We don't own shit now. Now we don't own nothing. Shout out to Martin Luther King, bro. Shout out to Martin Luther King. This the nigga y'all celebrate every year. This the nigga got a name in every hood. Every hood got a street called. Now you understand why? Now do you understand why every hood got a Martin Luther King in it? Now you understand how every hood got a Martin Luther King drawing on the side of a building? Now you understand why Martin Luther King get a holiday? Now you understand why Martin Luther King get a February month for Black History? Now do you understand every year they hollering about Martin Luther King's dream? I hope y'all catching on. I hope y'all catching on. Shout out to Mike, bro. He did that single-handedly. Mike. This the nigga y'all be wanting to forgive. Oh, well, at the end, he did say the poor people's camp. Girl. You know, they say a black woman tried to shoot Mike in the 60s. You think I'm lying? Let me ask AI. Yeah, you think I'm lying? A black woman tried to shoot that nigga. Now I see why, because I would have tried to shoot him too. Do you know the story about a black woman trying to shoot Martin Luther King?
On September 20th, 1958, a woman named Izola Curry attacked Martin Luther King Jr. with a letter opener, stabbing him in the chest while he was signing books. She was mentally ill.
Was she? Was she? Izola Curry. She don't sound crazy to me. See, they told us she was crazy, but genuine question. Was she? What if Izola knew that Mike was robbing us? What if Izola Curry knew what nobody else knew? This nigga robbing us. Hell no, I'd rather kill this nigga. What if? Now, his story gonna tell you the lady was crazy. But knowing what I know, that lady was the smartest one out of everybody. If you ask me. Who knows? Let's move on. Shout out to Mike. He's the gift that keeps on giving. I keep telling y'all, Martin Luther King is the gift that keeps on giving. I know I know a lot about things that people don't know about this man. And I get a lot of downloads on these people, okay? And I'm here to tell you, Martin Luther King was not a friend to Black America. He was our op. He was not our friend. Martin Luther King was not our friend, Black America. He was our op. I don't give a damn what he said before they shot him. I don't give a fuck what he said before they shot him. It's too late, nigga. You done already got us robbed. That's kind of like a nigga coming in and setting us up. And then when after we set up and we get robbed, they come back and be like, oh yeah, I set y'all up. But don't be mad at me. Be mad at the niggas. Huh? What? Don't be mad at you for setting us up. We should just be mad. What? Martin Luther King, the gift that keeps on giving. And speaking of the gift that keeps on giving, toilet paper. He's on the marquee here. Not the marquee, but we got thumbnails. He's on the thumbnail. So we all know I do not like toilet paper. And for y'all who don't know why I don't like toilet paper, let me focus your attention here, right here, hold on Exhibit A. Get him up here. Number one. This is number one why I don't like toilet paper. First of all, I understand. I don't know who toilet paper is. I don't know where the nigga come from. They say he from New Orleans. I don't know about that. I don't know. Okay? Toilet paper has been a thorn in my side since he put that first play out. And let me tell you why. Toilet paper is putting out trash stuff in the media and is making people messed up. All of that shit, that Medea shit, all of that is poison to the Black American community by way of the church. But you can't tell them church hoes nothing about that. They'll fight me behind toilet. You see what I'm saying? And I don't want to fight the church hoes behind toilet. I'd rather fight him behind white Jesus, not Turlet. Okay. However, toilet paper, and I call him toilet paper because he's trash. He's shit water. That's why I call him toilet paper. That means he's disgusting. Okay. Toilet paper puts out trash media over and over and over again, poisoning the minds of Black American women. You know, he part of the reason why a lot of Black American women like gay boys. Oh, yes. Turlet? Oh, God. Yeah. He the reason why Black American women think it's okay that our boyfriends and baby daddies be punks and on the creek. Single-handedly. Yep. All them movies with them fine-ass men that y'all love watching, all them TV shows, them fine-ass men be with them women and they turn around and be with the men, and then toilet paper write the script to make it seem like we rooting for him cheating on his woman to go be with his. Yay! Toilet paper, he's making it palatable for y'all to date men who down low. Thank you, Toilet. Appreciate you. Shout out to Toilet. Turlet making us all punks one day at a time, one episode at a time. That's why all of his shows got punks doing this. Stop me when I start lying. Every show he got, it's a punk in there. What he's doing is working on the psychology of Black women. That's his job. Turlet's job is to turn the psychology of Black women to being afraid of men who sleep with other men to being accepting of men who sleep with other men. So how does he do that? He put these men in TV shows, give them great characters, make them relatable to the audience, which is Black women, and then boom, next thing you know, they go from, ooh, girl, I don't want to date no man who date men on the side, to, you know what, it ain't that bad. Because, you know, it's not that bad. That's his job. And that's why I call him toilet paper. That's one of his many jobs. But yeah, toilet paper, his job is to offer trash media to Black American women so that he can hypnotize them and keep them under the witchcraft that we're under. And it's working flawlessly. Now, why is this important? Africans are stealing everything that ain't moving. Listen, if it ain't screwed to the ground, them damn Nigerians and them Africans is over here claiming it, okay? They taking everything. They even want turlet. And honestly, they can have turlet. So some West African girl swears to God that toilet paper is really a West African. And you know what? I believe the girl. For the first time, I'm with the Africans. This one belongs to the West Africans. Now, I must say, West Africa, y'all are claiming the wrong turlet. Because, see, I know y'all don't have turlets in West Africa. So instead of y'all, this how y'all priorities are jacked up, West Africa. Instead of y'all coming to America and stealing the actual turlets and bringing them back to Nigeria so y'all won't be shitting on side the streets, y'all coming to steal turlet paper, Tyler Perry? Oh, girl, you could take him and a couple of commodes. You could have asked us. We wouldn't have even argued and fought y'all. Have at toilet paper. Have them all day and all night. And we'll even throw in a couple of commodes so y'all can take back home. Let's get into some Africans swearing to God toilet paper is West African, even though unfortunately he's not. Unfortunately, Lord knows I wish that nigga was a West African. God knows. I would run to the hills if that nigga was a West African. I wish this was true. But unfortunately, it's not. He is unfortunately Black American. Allegedly. However, the West Africans needed a turlet, so I guess they decided to go grab Tyler Perry. Let's get into it, y'all. Get the likes up.
A Kenyan commented under one of my posts, and the two of us are going back and forth, celebrating each other. I then respond to one of her comments, and I'm like, hello, and I put the Medea emoji. An African American decides to put themselves in the conversation, and they're like, how can you be insulting us and you're here using Medea? Do you not know that Medea is actually American and blah, blah, blah? Tyler Perry is African American, and his roots originate from West and Central Africa. This a simple Google search, and you will.
She said his roots, it's quiet, it's low, but I want to read what it said. She said his roots go back to Africa. Toilet paper was born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana, making him a native-born American citizen. However, like most African Americans, here we go with the hijack, his deep ancestral lineage is inextricably tied to the African continent due to the transatlantic slave trade. Do you know if we get rid of the transatlantic slave trade, there is no connection between us and Africa? As soon as you debunk the trade, the slave trade, there's zero connection between the people here and Africa. It says this rich heritage spans to the regions of West and West Central Africa. Let me tell you why they wrote that like that. They wrote that like that because now they're giving them the clout off of toilet paper. West and West Central Africa, which historically supplied the populations that shaped the African American diaspora. This is some bullshit.
West and Central Africa. This a simple Google search and you will get it. It's going to be such a shock the more I talk, the more you people realize that everything that you know to be the truth is a lie. And this is going to keep bringing us back to my original point that your educational system has failed you. A Kenyan comment.
Not her saying our educational system failed her. Bitch, you under the same educational system. You a pretty girl though. She's very pretty. But stupid ass bitch, you under the same educational system, dumb asshole. What you mean your education? You got the same education. That's why you over here with the acrylic nails and the hair. Start hollering her. You had the same education system. See, this is why I say these Africans, bro. These Africans in America really pisses me off. They grind my gears, bro. They really be grinding my gears. Stupid asshole. Dumb ass bitch with your pretty ass. Stupid ass. Only thing they have to tie us to them is that raglass transatlantic slave trade. Without that slave trade, there is zero ties between us and Africa. The only thing that ties us to them outside of that Lucy bullshit is the transatlantic slave trade. And this girl is reading Google and AI and taking that as fact and swearing to God that toilet paper is West African. And you know what? In any other situation, I say you right. That nigga is. Take him and bring him to West Africa. Let him go over there and make some African movies and make y'all crazy, okay? But the fact of the matter is he's not. He is a Black American, and he has zero roots to the continent of Africa, especially West Africa. And simply saying that since we were kidnapped from West Africa, that's our connection is bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. And the irony, like I said, of this girl saying that our system, girl, bye. Again, I said it yesterday in this video going viral on Twitter. Africa at this point came from America. Everything that they got, they getting from us. The way they talk, the way they walk, the way things they eat, things they do, hair, nails, clothes, media, everything they do, they're getting it from us. So in my opinion, we don't come from Africa. Africa comes from us. Until I start seeing Africa be the motherland that y'all swear to God it is, Africa comes from Black America. We don't come from that. Period, point blank. And that's just the way I'm looking at it. Because I'm not going to be saying that I come from a people who copy everything that I do. I refuse to say I come from a people who can't live without me. I can live without them, but they can't live without me. That doesn't make common sense. So I refuse to get on here and say that Black America comes from Africa. At this point, Africa comes from Black America. Period, point blank. And I'm standing on that. Until you African niggas start showing us you outside of us, nigga, all you bitches is our sons. Does that make sense? Until you Africans start showing us you outside of Black America, then all you bitches is my sons. And I said it, okay? Period, point blank. We're not going to keep letting y'all lie to us and tell us all this bull crap. Oh, because Africa and the transatlantic slave trade, whole time, everybody over there copying us. Everybody over there trying to get over here to be us. But you want us to believe we came from you? Wait a minute. You coming over here to be us, but we came from you. Yeah, that don't make common sense. That don't make no common sense, actually. When you say it out loud, it makes zero common sense. But I get it because people, you know what I'm saying? You know, I get it. Right. And don't even like Americans. You know why they don't like Americans? They resent you, America. They resent you. You got something they wish they had. You got a lot they wish they had. They resent you. That's why they love you and hate you at the same time. Because they wish they could be you. They wish they could. You wish you could work it like me. They ain't no David Ruffin. Yeah, Black America is David Ruffin, and the rest of the melanated community, they the Temptations. Stop me when I start lying. Black America is David Ruffins, and the rest of the melanated world is the Temptations. Period. Point blank. Okay? Thank you so much for the super chat, Trey. Says, Boo, I thought about this the other day. I think the powers that be are letting our people build these platforms. Yes. And then swapping in their tethers. Yes. Shannon, Cam, Ryan, and now I suspect Dean. Yes, yes, yes. Y'all remember I told y'all YouTube is a well-played plantation? Well, if you haven't, I'm going to say it again. Thank you, Trey. I told y'all YouTube is a well-paid plantation. Let me tell you what I meant by that. What I meant by that is this. They get us, the Black content creators, to do all of the legwork. So we on this bitch busting our ass, making the pennies on the dollar, and then the selected few at the top that they want to make all the money, those are the people who get in the algorithm. So while us, it's our hard work at the bottom. And yes, it's a plantation, but it's a well-paid one. Meaning we not getting paid pennies like the regular people, but yet and still, it's still a plantation. We do all the work, they reap all the benefits. And these be content creators who might post once a week and get 1 million views on every video. Meanwhile, small content creators, especially the Black ones like me, who on this bitch day in and day out, we get less than pennies on the dollar. That's how it works. Yeah. That's what it is. You're right, Trey. They use us to build the platforms, and then they give them to who they want them. They give the clout to whoever they want. That's how it works. I fucks with Vu. Thank you so much for the super chat and also for making it rain. Thank you, handsome. I make it rain. I make it rain. I make it rain on them hoes. I make it rain. I make it rain on them hoes. Thank you so much for the super chat. I fucks with Vu. He says, hello, everyone. Just sliding in to holler at my people. Hey, Vu, with your fine self is fine. Hey, Vu, how you doing? Because I am fine. Hey, how you doing? You done made me blush. What's going on? Let me get you up off here. Because see, there you go. Shout out to everybody who sent me some jewels. Listen, take all of you, what you heard today, do research, and pay the information forward. Martin Luther King is not our friend. Toilet paper is not a West African, and Africans still don't have toilets. With that being said, all these bitches is our sons. We are David Ruffins, and those people behind us, those are the Temptations. I love y'all. Pay the information forward. Do all your research and take care of each other. I'll see y'all later. Educational Friday coming up too. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we love. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.